Start.
Ladies and gentlemen, for more. Introducing Michelle.
Tonight I'm feeling sexy. I can make you overdose, make it overflow if you let me. Like a river, my waterfalls break down and let me. You gon' get soaked, so bring a raincoat. When we finish, you gon' see a rainbow. Come swim the waters like a sailboat. You just might be lost in it like Nemo. Come sip on it, it's that drip on it. You gon' have to change my name to H2O. You love it when I call your name, Daddy, Daddy. You love it when I make it rain, Daddy, Daddy. Come when you come, make me overflow.
You can't really do it.
I still want some more. I still want some more. Can you make it rain? I can get it better than a thunderstorm. Make love from the midnight to the early morning. Waking you up with some Folgers in your cup. That morning proof is what I do. Baby, can you swim deep? Diving in the ocean while you in the streets. What show do you got for me? No, I'm trying to drown you. You love it when I call your name, Daddy, Daddy. You love it when I make it rain, Daddy, Daddy. Come when you come, make me overflow, make me overflow. Hey, you stand alright. I still want some more. I still want some more. Can you make it rain? Every time you pull up, boy, it's a tidal wave. Ooh, she get wet up. We drip the night away. Boy, it ain't no rush. Take your time with me. Boy, I love when you keep it right there. No, don't ever stop. I'm gonna ride, baby, it's you and I. Through the good and bad, I'ma bring you right die. And when the storm comes and the rain falls, we'll be making up. We'll be making
Yo, everybody. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maurice Joke. And as you see what I'm doing, I'm just having fun with this. I'm having fun with this dude right here. He's just a joke. He's funny. He's very entertaining. And he kind of entertained me because every time he talks out of his ass. I mean, when I say he talks out of his ass, he literally talks out of his ass. He even admit that he's narcissistic. He admit that he's a narcissist. He admits that, and he's a proud narcissist, you know. And that's what it is. He's proud to be a narcissist. He's proud to be a Mr. Know-It-All, you know. And you know, he got that narcissist yell. He said that like I said, he's too stupid. I just look at him, man. He's just fucking dumb, and he got most people follow him just to make fun of him. People subscribe to him just to make fun of him. I mean, he's funny, man.
His whole fucking chat room roasting.
His whole chat, even his moderator, his rants roast him. Everybody roast him. You feel what I'm saying? And so this is just funny, and I'm just having fun with this. One thing about me, I don't get bent out of shape on things. I have fun, and I just look at this dude right here, and you see the title over here, RBR is very uneducated. He's uneducated. You know, he's misinformed. Like I told him the other day on his panel that he sucks Obama's dick. He sucks Biden's dick. That's what he do. He want to have a threesome with old Biden and Obama. You know what I'm saying? He want to have a threesome with them too. You know, he want to fuck them both in the ass. Let's be honest. You know, look at him. He walks around with his pink pussy hat on there. And now look, Obama, look, not Obama. Biden sniffing his neck. He like to say, "Oh yes, y'all too stupid to know that Obama. I mean that Biden can suck a good neck. Y'all so stupid to see this. You know, he's one of the 1%ers. He's one of them. Look at him. This is why Bernie is not going to win, because he can't sniff a neck better than Biden sniff it. He can't. I can't. Let me try not to be flagged, but it's real talk, y'all. It's real things what I'm saying right here. So I'm gonna get to the screen share in a little bit. Before I get to the screen share, let me get to the shout out, because I like to give my chat room the shout out. You dig? So what's going on, John Ahmad? How you doing, John? John Ahmad, and we got Renard Thomas. What's going on, Renard Thomas in the house? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for stopping through you, man. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, and I don't care if you hit that thumb down button, because it's great. Yeah, Q. What's up, Q? You said that smell. Look at that. He's sniffing his neck. He's sniffing his neck, and then he gets on there and think he right while Biden is sniffing his neck. You know what I'm saying? That fool can't stand the pressure. He can't stand the pressure. Just look at it. Just look at this. I like to keep it 100%. So I'm going to get to the screen share real quick once I get to the shout outs, okay? Who's in the chat room? So I got my baby over there with the phone over here, and I'm over here. You can look at the things over here. You dig what I'm saying? What's going on, GTO Mama? Good to see you here. We got Q. What's up, Q? Q asked us. And who else? Jolena. Good to see you, Jolena. And we got DJ M. DJ, yeah. I just saw you in old girl chat room last night. You know, he was on RBR, was on the one chick chat room. I subscribed to her channel. You know what I'm saying? He was on there last night. He wouldn't even let her talk. You know, I was just laughing. He don't let nobody talk, but yeah, that's what he is. All right, what's up, BK? BK said that thumbnail is gold. It is. I thought about it real quick. You know what I'm saying? I am very petty. I'm very petty. And when you be petty, you got to be ready. You dig what I'm saying? And okay, let me go ahead and bring it up here. Yesterday, I'm going my way to work right here, right?
No, you were asleep.
Sleep. Getting ready for work. You dig what I'm saying? I'm getting ready for work. I'm chilling and I'm just looking like this. I seen my baby, right? I said, baby, look at this. She never just jump on there, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, she got a little triggered. You know what I'm saying? Just a little triggered. You know, it's okay. We all get triggered. That's why we're not easily triggered. But she got a little triggered, and you know, and I look like, okay, I saw over there, and I look this, and I'm listening. Some dude got on there, and yeah, you know, it's going off on RBR. I mean, calling her Amber Guy. He's a very disrespectful person. But see, the thing is, he says he's a retard. I don't take him that serious. I just look at him like this. But I'm taking him serious right now. But I'm taking him serious in comedy, you know, because he's nothing but a joke. You know, but I listen to him like he's saying all the Amber Guy or the troll the name card. You can tell he's a troll because he always got to put my name in his mouth. He put Kelly's name in his mouth. He always got to make this not Facebook status, but YouTube status and talk about that. You know, can't keep names out your mouth. Always going to put his mouth on us.
Now, see, if I said that I supported the Democrat Party and Obama was great, he would never go there with me.
Right.
Because I do not confirm that he wants to call me Amber Geiger, which I find to be very disrespectful. But what do you get from RBR? And thank you, Arthur, for jumping on and cussing his ass out. I appreciate it. You know, I kind of wanted to do that, but then again, I don't like to really, you know, RBR is who he is, and I try to keep it, you know, as subtle as possible. But to say that I'm the slave master, it wasn't that the post?
Yeah, the slave master. Well, slave master. Slave master.
I had all these black slave. I wanted some stupid black slave, some shitty slave.
Black slave there, yeah. I mean, we do got handcuffs, but that's a different topic. That's a different topic. Petty time starts now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be a slave to a certain extent. You dig what I'm saying? But go ahead, baby.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mrs. Red Badger.
Miss Red Badger. Everyone. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, but this fool, man, I've tried to be cordial with him and talk to him, but every time he's so disrespectful. Hence, last night, whoever's channel he was on her channel, disrespecting her, calling her out of her name, and then wouldn't even let her talk.
Yeah, on our job the day. I was in the chat like, no, him.
But guess what? His cake ass won't come the fuck over here and get this.
No, he won't. He won't come over here. All my life, he won't come over here. He would not come over here. And I would let him talk. I'm gonna look at him like, all right. He will not come over here. He will not. You know. Mike, he said got you blocked. He got John blocked too. He's a blocker. He's a censor. He censors people. You know what? I ain't surprised. You know why? Because he's a Democrat. He's a liberal. I ain't surprised. Look, he licks Biden's ass. He does that.
And how can a black man, not just saying, be so supportive of someone who helped to write the 94 crime bill? I'm going to keep bringing this up. Never apologized and took a lot of black men out of the home. But yet you want to praise him and bow down to him and think that him and Holder are going to save the world. I don't fucking think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's look at that. But I'm gonna get to the screen share. I'm gonna get to the discussion over here, and make sure y'all hit that like button. If you don't hit that like button, and I'm putting you on timeout. You know, I can tell who all done hit that like. What's up? Yeah. You feel me, DJ? I just saw yesterday. What's our girl channel? What's her name?
Queen Mariah.
Queen Mariah. Yeah, he was in the channel yesterday. You know. I mean, I disagree with a lot of stuff she said, you know what I'm saying? I had a little few words with her on Nine channel. But you know what I'm saying? People have the right to their opinion, you know what I'm saying? But he don't let people talk.
And the other thing that kills me is that he said out of his own mouth that his wife and his daughter support Trump.
Yeah. Oh, the one wife he shoved on O'Shea's channel?
Yeah, if he's got one wife, I don't know how many wives he has.
Yeah, well, he's a liberal, you know? He's one of those. He's triggered. That's right, written there, Thomas.
Yeah, and he won't let you talk at all. And he will spin the narrative, dance, and do everything else except for get to the point. 2 + 2 = 4. It doesn't equal 7. And then, come on, man. And talking about dolphins in comparison to it was totally off topic. Oh my God, this guy, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Mike. You have the best thumbnail. And I just thought about, you know, actually, it took me, how long it took me to do that thumbnail? It took me like
a few minutes,
like 3 minutes to do this thumbnail, because I'm doing this for like 2 years. I just took it. I said, I just took a picture someone sent me. He was sniffing somewhere else. I just put his face in it. It was just something simple I did. Then I see his little studio, his little old ass mic he got, you know, and I'm just looking at him. He's a dancing clown. You know, and he tap danced for Massa. He's one of them niggas. I'm gonna say it. He's like that Steven on Django Unchained. Maybe you didn't see Django Unchained. I said, who that nigga on that? He's one of those that Samuel Jackson dude. You know.
But he will, as Arthur pointed out yesterday, he will allow JB Gunner, everybody else. He gives them the floor. They can talk away, but women, he will be extremely disrespectful. Other black people, extremely disrespectful and cuss everybody out.
Yeah. But
yet he has no problem with anybody else telling them what they want to hear. So who really idolizes the quote unquote white man?
Right. Who does that? I'm just saying, y'all. We're just saying. So we're gonna get to this right here. We're gonna get to this. And you said JB Gunner is RBR's son. Yeah, but he wanna call us a coon. Yeah. What's going on? Likewise, I got Likewise freedom of speech. Yeah, freedom of speech. What's up, Likewise? That's my nigga right here. Likewise in the house.
I'm all for freedom of speech, but god damn, have a little fucking decorum and don't paint somebody into somebody they're not.
Yes.
It's an asshole.
Yes. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be being petty, talking about RBR. But if anybody has some closing remarks to say about RBR, I will put up the link. But it gotta be about RBR. Petty time starts now. You know, or your take on RBR. Likewise, you can have your take on RBR. You could be on. You probably on RBR side, because Likewise like to be controversial.
Yeah, that's Likewise.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I agree with him, man. He has a freedom of speech, and yes.
Yeah, he does have the freedom of speech, but he's a fucking idiot.
Yes, and it's free speech to say he's an idiot. Ain't nobody censoring him. You know, he's free to come on the panel whenever. You know, if you listening, you can come in the chat room right at the end. But I'm gonna expose
scary
you.
Ass ain't coming.
He won't do it. He's scared. As I would eat his ass up. I told him on someone else's panel. I was on there, and I said, "Dude, I will make you cry, motherfucker." I said, "I will make you fucking cry. You would cover your head like an ostrich."
This dummy's telling me Trump's going to, everybody's going to jail, and they're gonna fucking save the world. And oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway, you can hear it.
Okay, you can hear it, but he's a Democrat though. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this off real quick, and I'm gonna remove the comment. Okay, right here, and what I'm gonna do is get the brand real quick off and screen share this. Yeah, you see my thumbnail right here. Look, we got more people watching. Okay, that's
up, Da Vinci?
Da Vinci in the house. What's up, Da Vinci? My nigga. What's up, man? So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to you. Okay, let me go ahead and. All right, let me share the screen, share the audio. Right there, where's it at? Okay, we got it right here. Let me see, is it on here? Okay, we got it. So I'm gonna bring it to Yahoo. All right.
Hey, BMT.
Hey, BMT. Hey, should I keep the chat room looking? Has own miles making fun of him. Should I keep that going?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep. What's up, BMT? BMT, you can come up because you know this nigga.
Now, listen to this.
How many votes in the Electoral College she won by? But he also knows that they have a very strong machine because they own Google. And they could spam. I told you about Bernie's votes. Bernie got 13.5 million votes in the primaries. They don't have a problem telling you that. And they're doing the same thing now. Bernie, it's Bernie and Biden. They know what that means. That means we want Bernie. How come? Because Bernie's a communist. Bernie was handpicked by Vladimir Putin, a communist, not a socialist, a communist. Lying about being progressive, lying about being a socialist, lying about giving you free healthcare, free dental, free pancakes, free breakfast, free dinner, free lunch, free education. Just lying. And they know it. All right, who's this?
This is Kelly.
Kelly, okay. Where's Amber?
Where's Amber? Yeah, okay. That's getting a little old now. Come on now, RBR.
They want Amber Geiger. They want you on the ticket.
you could call me something a little bit more respectful than Amber Geiger.
I know, but see, they see it. They see you as Amber.
Who is they?
Well, everybody who's saying that they want a woman on the ticket of the Democratic.
I don't want a woman on the ticket. Period.
Okay. But you did say, and you were being honest, it was a moment of honesty, that these Nazis killing everybody black was somehow self-preservation for the third graders, for the Nazis.
No, I said there's a difference between self-preservation and racism. That's what I said.
And what would that difference be?
Okay, for example, self-preservation is the #1 law for everybody, no matter what color you are.
Right, but see, okay, now I take that, I'd accept you saying that. Now, how come the only race trying to kill off the other races are white? If self-preservation, hold on. If self-preservation is killing off all the other races, then why are there 4 billion blacks and Asians on this planet? Why is 80% of this planet not white? If self-preservation means we kill all the white people.
No. Okay, first of all, you want the complete truth?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. White people have always been the most savage. That's the truth. This has been started way back in history.
That's just
I'm not going to lie to you and tell you some fallacy. That's the truth.
Right, but it's not true. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. When we were 25,000 years, and this is what I'm trying to say to the people, 3.75 million years ago, 3.75 million years ago, Black people were just as savage as white people. Now, how do you know that? Because white people in their 25th year of existence are just as savage as Black people would have been, as Asian people would have been. Why? Because you didn't have any other model to follow. Now, Jews, if you look at Jews, if you look at Arabs, what made them go to Africa? They were dying. What made 2,000 Black people leave Africa and start civilization all over the world? They were dying. Why were they dying? Because they didn't have civilization, education, and morality. So they were killing themselves, thinking it was self-preservation. Hold on, thinking it was self-preservation. So the point that I'm making is just like the idiot was saying, well, they wouldn't kill themselves. The Neanderthals killed themselves. The dinosaurs killed themselves. They did not want to mate, integrate with the other animals that were able to fly and swim and shit.
Is he making sense? Is he making sense, chat room?
Come on, that's why we have hybrids. That's not true.
No, see, there you go. That's another lie. That the dinosaurs are the pigeons. Okay, the pigeons are the dinosaurs. Bullshit. They went extinct.
So what are you trying to say, that we're not supposed to
kill everybody? You goddamn right. You're not supposed to kill everybody, because you would only be killing yourself. Okay. Yeah.
Why are you concerned? You shouldn't be concerned.
Hold on. You're asking me, why would I be concerned that 20% of the population believes if they get into power, they can kill 80% of the population? Why would I be concerned I'm in the 80% of the population that they're trying to kill? You're asking why that racists are trying to kill us. Would you be concerned? You're saying that you have to kill us in order to survive. It's self-preservation.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's great. Why would you be concerned that you can't survive unless you kill everybody else? Why is that your concern?
Of course, I'm concerned with the population. But at this point, what are we supposed to do unless you want to get out here?
I didn't ask you if you were concerned. I said, why are you concerned with killing everybody else as the only means of your survival? Because it's not true. We're not going to, 80% of the world is not going to let 20% of the world kill them, because 20% of the world is stupid and thinks that if they don't kill everybody else, then they won't survive. The truth of the matter is, you know damn good well you could survive without killing Trayvon Martin. You know damn good well you could, but you want to kill him. How come? Because he's Black and you're racist.
Oh, that you're telling me that, or are you speaking in general?
I'm speaking in both. You know damn good and well you would survive just fine if you don't kill Kobe Bryant. You know it and I know it.
Why would I have an interest in killing anybody? I don't have an interest in
doing that. Self-preservation.
And why would I?
You said self-preservation.
No, that has nothing to do with killing people. RBR. Self-preservation means preserving yourself.
Wait a minute. Racism, lynching, killing, murdering Kobe Bryant and Trayvon Martin. It has a lot to do with killing people.
Okay, but Kobe Bryant
has a lot to do with killing people.
Okay, but let's keep it real and understand that the industry is something a lot of people knowingly sign up for.
Nobody's to get killed by a bunch of fucking racists. Come on.
The industry? You know the industry, RBR. Come on, you're right there.
What industry?
You know how Hollywood works.
Now, Kobe wasn't Hollywood. Trayvon Martin wasn't Hollywood.
No, Trayvon Martin was, and that was a tragedy. I don't agree with that. I think that was foul, and George Zimmerman should be dead somewhere.
Well, no, he should be in prison, though, for killing that little boy. So what I'm saying...
Okay, I don't give a fuck. Okay, prison, dead, I don't care. One or the other, he should get it.
So anyway, address the issue of whether or not your race could survive without killing everybody else.
The white race is about to be over, RBR. The white race is going to be extinct.
Okay, with the Neanderthals and the Cro-Magnons and the Denisovans and the dinosaurs and the Dilworths, yes, they went extinct. But
and I don't give a fuck.
No, see, that's that's the lie. The lie is, let me kill everybody else, but I don't give a fuck. Come on, it's self-preservation. If you don't give a fuck, then why would you give a fuck about self-preservation?
I'm just speaking in general. That's in general. That is the number one law.
No, in general, white people really do believe if they kill everybody else, they'll survive. It's not true. It's never. Do you have? Listen. Do you have an example of a race of Neanderthals or Cro-Magnons or dinosaurs or dodo birds that killed all the other species and survived? Is there an example, a template, a Google model, a business model that you could point to and say, yeah, they killed every other species on Earth and see, they survived? The dolphins. See, the dolphins killed all the dinosaurs. They have
not been able to kill a whole group of people, but what I will say is
hold on. Well, then how did the dolphins survive if they ain't killed nobody? If they didn't kill off the blue whales and shit.
What do you think they did to the Indians and the Aboriginals? I mean, the Aboriginals.
So
what do you think they did to them? They came here, they befriended them, they learned their way of life and whacked them. Flipper
did that.
The dolphins don't have shit to do with that, RBR.
The dolphins befriended the blue whales and then killed them. Really?
Oh, God. No. The bottom line is
the blue
white race
can eat up all the fucking dolphins, and eventually they went extinct. So what the point that I'm trying to make is your belief that your race is superior, so therefore you can kill off.
I would never tell you white people are superior. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because if you're trying to kill people, you're not trying to kill people because they're superior to you. You're not trying to kill Kobe because he's superior to you. You're trying to kill Kobe.
The 1% are trying to kill everybody. I'll agree to that.
No,
bless Kelly's heart for talking to this crazy fuck.
See, the 1% that controls 90% of white wealth in this country.
Yes. Okay.
They believe, and the 99% of whites who put the motherfuckers in power, they believe that if the 1% that is in power can kill off 80% of the people who aren't white, that they will get the money from the 80% of people who are now dead and aren't producing any more money.
RBR, I don't know a single white person that thinks what you just said.
Okay. You don't know a single white person who's willing to admit the truth. And I'm saying I don't either. But that's what you believe, because you're not killing Trayvon Martin and Kobe Bryant for your health.
It wasn't a white person that killed Trayvon.
The reason is you think if they're gone, your money, their money will go to you.
I got that shit to do with their money.
That wasn't a white person that killed Trayvon.
What the fuck? That wouldn't even benefit me. I have no interest in that.
Oh, I know that. But your white race doesn't know that.
Well, if they don't know that, they're dumb as fuck. If they don't know that, they're dumb as fuck. That's
now, what do I call them? The dumbest race of people on earth. That's what they are. There is no way in hell. There is no way in hell that your survival is contingent on you killing 80% of the people on Earth. We won't let you do it. Why?
None of us are in a look. Us people here right now aren't even in a position to engage in that.
No, you want Trump to do it, which is why 65 million of you motherfuckers voted for him. Come on. You don't want to do it.
This is
you
comedy.
Want Donovan Dilling to do it. You want Donald Trump to do it. You want Stephen Miller to do it.
Most people vote on policy.
Most of the people who voted for Donald Trump voted for Donald Trump. Bullshit.
Okay.
People that voted for Bernie Sanders voted for Bernie Sanders. There's no other reason.
Okay, but at the end of the day, RBR, right, left, same plane.
No,
stop it.
Not. See, that was the point it goes back to. There is not a white person. I'm saying this sincerely to a white person. There is not a white person on earth that doesn't believe that their race is superior to Asians.
That is
Black.
Bullshit. I don't even look at life like that, RBR.
What she's saying to me, her black boyfriend, her black son, she believes it. Every single white person on earth, they believe it. It is not true that your survival is contingent on killing us, but you believe it. How come? Because you believe self-preservation.
How are you going to tell me what I believe? I said self-preservation is the #1 law and always has been. I didn't make that rule, RBR.
For white people, self-preservation for white people is the #1 law
for white people. It's for everybody.
You are telling a black person that white preservation is the #1 law for black people.
I said self-preservation in general. That goes for everybody.
That's not true. White people simply believe that self-preservation for white people is paramount for black people and Asian people and Muslim people and gay people. And it's not. Self-preservation for dumb people is self-preservation for dumb people who aren't going to survive.
Mr. Obama supporter.
Because 80% of the people on earth are not going to let you kill them. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? We're going to kill you. We're not going to let you lose.
Okay, then that's what I think you should focus on, RBR. Get your people
ready.
No, I'm not getting people ready. I'm telling you, you will not run this country. We are not going to make you president so you can kill off the people who aren't white. That's it.
I don't want to be a fucking president.
I know you want a president that you want George Zimmerman to be president. He ain't gonna be.
Why you put words?
I just told you I wanted him dead. Why would I want him
Amber Geiger? You want Amber Geiger?
Geiger?
No, and she ain't gonna be on the ticket because we are not gonna put people in charge of our government who want to kill us. Period. Point blank.
Well,
watch.
Okay, that makes sense. What you just said makes sense. You don't want a person to be president that's going to kill everybody, right?
Right.
Okay, so spend your time focusing on that. You're not telling the story correctly.
Why would you think that? Why would you think I'm not? Now I'm spending a little time on this $100 million. We need that to fuel our campaign. Okay. But
some people do have empathy and compassion for others,
Yeah, we do chew gum, and we try to get the $100 million, and we try to keep the fucking Nazis from being in charge of our government.
Well, get the $100 million. All power to you.
No, I'm not gonna get the $100 million, and then you think that that's gonna allow you to kill everybody. No, we're gonna do both. We're gonna get the $100 million from the fucking racists who think they're not gonna pay us. And we're also going to stop the goddamn Nazis from taking over this country. We're going to do both.
Okay.
If you want to chew some gum, then we can do that too.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Right.
But all I'm saying is, can you please just stop disparaging me? Because that's not me, RBR. I've done a lot of work.
Well,
a lot of people. I have compassion and empathy for others. I don't look at it the way you do. That's all I'm saying. Just quit running my name through the book.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kelly. And I like I told the people when they interviewed me at KRCW, it does hurt my heart that Black people have to break ranks with the Nazis and the Ku Klux Klan and the people that enslaved them and oppressed them for 450 years. But we have to, because when push comes to shove, you're going to side with the Nazis. You're going to side with the Klan. You're going to side with the Russians, the communists,
Where is
Marxists.
RBR? I don't even know a Klan member. Never even seen one. Where are they?
You have the DNA. You have racist, just like I have African DNA. You have Nazi racist DNA.
Then how come I don't display it? How come I picked a Black man if I have such racist DNA?
How come all my slaves are Black? How come I picked a Black slave?
Okay, let me give you a better example.
Do you think
I spent 15 years out of my life trying to help Black people?
Trying to help the people.
If I'm so racist.
Okay, if I'm so racist, why have I spent 15 years of my life helping the slaves, helping keep these motherfuckers as slaves?
No, not helping the slaves. No, not at all. Not at all. I was trying to help people better themselves.
I'm trying to help the slaves better themselves. Okay, now the point that I'm trying to make is
we're all slaves, RBR.
No,
come on, quit pushing the narrative, man.
The slave masters are slaves too. Okay, now what I'm trying to say is that if, in fact, you really wanted to help Black people, you wouldn't be wanting to put these goddamn Nazis in charge of our government.
If, in fact, I got
what Donald Trump is going to do if you make Donald Trump president. But you want to help Black people by making George Zimmerman and Amber Geiger president and vice president. That's going to help Black people. Would you tell the class how Donald Trump and the Nazis are going to help Black people?
I don't see Donald Trump as a Nazi.
Okay, that's fine. George Zimmerman, how's he going to help Black people? How's he going to help Trayvon?
He can't.
We're going to help Trayvon.
He should be dead. I don't give a fuck about George.
Well, how is Donald Trump going to help Jeffrey Epstein?
Why would he want to help Jeffrey Epstein?
Because that's his business partner.
Hey, Kelly, you got a boyfriend. Go get your boyfriend, Kelly. Bring your boyfriend back and let him debate RBR because he's being real disrespectful to you. Go get your man.
Oh, man. I'm being so disrespectful to the Nazis. I'm sorry.
He's trying to paint you as some shit that you're not just to feed his terrible.
How would you know that? How would you know that, Arthur?
Because I'm listening.
How do you know that?
I'm listening.
How do you know that?
I'm listening. And this is terrible that you would abuse this woman like this to make some.
How do you know that? How do you know that she's not white? Wait a minute. How do you know she's not white?
She is white. I never said she wasn't white. I know for a fact that she's white. I've been on panels with her and seen her on the screen, so I know she's white.
Right, so I'm talking to her as if she's white.
Okay, but you're disrespecting her and fucking demeaning her.
Disrespectful. See,
that's narrative. You're labeling. Now here it is. You're the white man lover. Here it is. No white man can do wrong by you. They come on the panels. You give them
no breed can do wrong by me.
Curse niggas out.
George Zimmerman can't do wrong by me.
You want to talk shit to a white woman and don't nobody cater to white people more than you on YouTube. Nobody. You allow white people to come on your panel and be outrageous,
and tell the truth,
all type of crazy shit, and then especially men. And now you're gonna talk shit to a woman. Yeah. Come on, man. Get your balls right, man. Get your balls right, man.
How about
Step to a man, man. Stop stepping to women like that. Especially a woman who's just trying to have a decent conversation with your petty ass.
He's a dumbass. He's a dumbass.
I'm a dumbass. Why?
Because you chill, man. Talk to the motherfucking lady, man. She's trying to have a decent conversation with you. You demeaning her, talking all crazy shit. Say that shit for men, yo. I can take it. We don't have no problem with it. We can deal with it.
Don't tell Amber Geiger nothing. You disrespecting
man,
Amber.
She ain't no fucking Amber Geiger, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Amber Geiger made her choice, made her decision.
What's her comparison to Amber Geiger?
Hold on, whoever that is. Hold on, brother. You can have it. I'm about to get off in a second. You can have it.
All right, bro.
But RBR, why would you compare her to that when she has no track record of that in her life? Like, why are you labeling somebody that can independently show you that they have not a part of that?
See, you won't stop. You asked me a question the question you asked me was, why would I do Amber Geiger like that?
No, why would you do her like that? Not Amber Geiger. Come on, dumb nigga.
My bad, my mic was off. Yeah, y'all see the fuckery. Y'all see all this goes on, and it was just more. Damn, I wish BMT would have came back. Let me see his BMT. Let me take BMT and said, oh, yeah, man. But what's up? What's good, y'all? But go say something.
Oh my God, that was exhausting. I have mental exhaustion every time I get on. I don't know why I get on that panel, but I just can't handle him. At first it was like, the false narrative, but then it became personal when he kept making posts. Calling me Amber Geiger, the slave master. I want to kill black men. I want to do this. I mean, it was foul. He needs a straight jacket.
Yeah, he does.
In evaluation.
Yes, he does. He does, man. It actually was very entertaining, but it show you what narcissism really is. What's going on, Yusef? What's up, brother? Yusef.
Hey, Yusef. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for stopping. Got my guy from Brazil on here, man. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if he know RBR.
I'm sure he does.
He probably know RBR, man. That's what it is.
Look, so many. I'm not kidding you. I watched this one night. He was on O'Shea Duke Jackson's panel.
Yeah.
And literally, he said, "Okay, you can pay to kick RBR off." Do you know them super chats started flying up the screen to kick RBR off the panel? That's how much he is disliked.
I see Likewise in the house. Yeah. I want Likewise take on it. Likewise, you want to come up? I'll put a link. Your take on that. I know it's for this people. I don't know it because he always got to be he always be against the grain.
Yeah.
Likewise goes against the grain all the time. He does that all.
It was like he was running me in circles. I'm like, what?
Like, dude, Negro, please.
Oh my God.
Like, dude.
And like I said, he won't never come over here.
Yeah. Hey, real talk, y'all. Real talk.
You can barely talk to him.
Oh, okay. Likewise, let me go put the link up in here, man. What you guys say? I want your take on this nigga, man. He probably be on his side. That's how Likewise is.
Yeah, they end up kicking his ass off.
Yeah, they're like, he'll be like, yeah, you right about this, dude. Go ahead. All right. There you go. BMT's coming up. There we go.
That was a headache.
Y'all like this thumbnail, y'all?
But once again, shout out to Arthur Clarke. He did come in and,
Yeah. That was cool. That was all right. But it was funny, though. I actually found him very entertaining.
Oh, Lord.
It's no hate with this dude. He's just very entertaining. And so I got cousins like his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look at fella. He's the same way. No, he ain't that bad. He ain't that bad.
RBR gets very disrespectful.
Yeah, he can be bad.
I didn't call him out of his name.
Right. Like, really, dude?
And you think Biden and Holder, this boggles me. It's going to be your savior.
Hey, you want to come up? Yusuf, you come up too. I put the link. Have a discussion. Hey, come on up. I'll let us see you come up, man.
You probably did block him. He's been blocked by a lot of people.
The way we spoke, he blocked. Yeah. Melvin, you said sorry for your foul language. You know what? We cuss on here. If you look at it, thick skin only. We curse on here. We cuss people out on here. We do it like that. Did you feel me? Okay, one second. Oh, he's coming up. Okay, the guy coming up. Yeah, still got new guests on here. This is gonna be lit up here, man. We're gonna just bring it up here, man. Have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get away from political on this channel. You know what I'm saying? I like it that way.
RBR, bring your kick ass over here.
Yeah, bring it. Come on, RBR. Oh, there he go. Oh, here come Likewise in the house. Hold on. Let me get back to my oh, I see you Likewise in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up. And we got Likewise. What it do, Likewise?
Hey, Likewise.
Likewise. Oh, yeah.
Audio.
Because I got my mic on. This probably is audio. He got his mic on.
What's going on with it, man?
Hey, what it do, Likewise?
Well, what's going on, man? Just up in here,
Hey, you got
sweating my
feedback?
ass off.
You got feedback? You got the device on?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, I hear it. No, oh, you good. Because I heard.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know what? See, my point is that you got people like this, man, and it's better to hear them and know that it's there than not know it's there.
Right. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like BMT tell you, me and Dude went at it a few times. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just that's BMT. I mean, like we went at it a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I mean that's the thing. At least you know.
At least you know.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, and that's the only thing you can ask is a motherfucker to be honest with you. Yep. Because it goes the same way. It goes the same way when the shit's the other way around. When you got racist skinhead white boys running around talking crazy, what do you tell niggas? Oh man, don't pay attention to dudes are fool. So why is it not this way this time? You know what I mean? I mean, just it's human nature. Dude has a way. Dude sees it his way, and if that's the way he sees it's fine. You can be a racist. I don't have any problem with a person being a racist. I have a problem with you being a racist and then trying to impose your will upon somebody.
Right.
That's what I have a problem with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you are what you are. I can't tell you not to be who you are. But when you step out of bounds and you start fucking with people, then that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Oh, okay. I appreciate your take on it, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, what's up? Oh, yeah, what's up, bro?
Hey, boa noite, como vai, gente?
Yeah, good to see you, bro. Man. First time you're on my channel, man.
Someone's got a massive echo.
It's you like well, I'm gonna take care of that.
You're good. It shouldn't be me, but I guess okay. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's try that again.
No,
all right, I said good evening, everybody from São Paulo, Brazil. How are you?
Hey, I'm pretty good, man. Good to see you on here. I saw you in the chat room. You said you blocked that dude or what?
I can't hear you. Somebody's echoing.
Hold on.
It's Likewise. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Much better. Yeah, there we go.
All right. I was looking at the chat room. You were saying you blocked that dude a while ago. What's up?
Well, for anybody, and by the way, everybody here is welcome to my channel as well. Yeah. I have a lot of discussions about a lot of in-depth things. I mean, from world travel to financial situations. I used to be a financial professional that I retired from early, to social issues. And we discuss really complex, high volume, high energy things all at once, but we do it in a respectful tone and we question each other constantly. And what I've learned as I started getting more and more into YouTube is I'm not here for the arguments and the people who just want to throw epithets and slurs. So I have a policy. If I'm floating around the internet in any part of YouTube and I see someone I genuinely don't want to ever interact with the people who come to me, I just preemptively go in behind the screen and block them.
Right. You know what? I respect that, man. That's what's up, man. Sometimes you got so much fuckery that you see. Sometimes you gotta just ignore the BS. Sometimes you do. You can intend so much, you know, and I feel you, bro. So, how long? Where you at?
I'm in the city of São Paulo, Brazil.
Okay, Brazil. So, okay, all right. That's what's up, man.
What's the weather like right now?
Right now, it's warm. I mean, I had to go put a shirt on. So,
okay.
So I would probably call it 80s right now, and for us that's cold.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's like extremely hot here too.
Woo wee. So you never see no snow out there, huh?
No snow here. I was born in a city called Niagara Falls, New York.
Okay.
And home when I was, let's call it 18 and a half years old. Why is my light not on? When I was 18 years old, 2 weeks after my 18th birthday, I left for college. And I told my parents, I love you. Don't die in the winter. Because I'm not coming back for it. You know, it's one of those, I know what cold is.
Yeah. Oh, Niagara Falls. I've been there. Yeah, Niagara Falls. Yeah, I've been there before. When I was like a teenager or something, Niagara Falls, man. So so you love it out there. Compare Brazil to America, man. I mean, what is it like freedom wise? You know, the stuff that's got compare. I mean, because I want to know what people take on America compared to what they had out there, you know?
Well, outside of the United States is very different from inside the United States. I'll give you one small example of a big difference because, you know, I've lived in 15 countries around the world. I'll usually stay for a year or two and then move to a new country. But one prevalent issue that the world is dealing with right now, the coronavirus, right? I'll tell you how the rest of the world deals with it versus the United States.
Okay.
The United States is the only developed country that doesn't have centralized healthcare, where everybody gets basic and intermediate medicine for free. So what does that mean? That means people in Brazil, at least in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which is the largest, I think the largest city in South America, I don't see anyone walking around with masks on. The reason is if you start coughing, you figure something is wrong, you can just go to a doctor. You don't have to worry about a copay. What happens if I get this prescription? I can't afford it. The prescriptions are dirt cheap, and if you really can't afford it, like if you're a street person, by the way, I actually had a conversation with a homeless man who was asking me for food because I don't give out money, but I'll go to a restaurant and I'll buy you a sandwich, and here you go. He was right. He said, could he have something soft? And I thought my Portuguese is not that good. I said, why would you want something soft? I have to go in for a surgery. And I thought to myself, you're a homeless man who's not being denied a surgery.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I could go on. I'm going to do an in-depth. I'm going to do an in-depth on my channel one day about healthcare systems in different countries, and I've talked about it a little bit. But that small, the concept of saying, you know, I have a cousin who's got a bad liver. I have another cousin who has another ailment. When you realize so many ailments are avoidable if you could just get a checkup early. I go get checkups every 6 months, and I pay for it because I feel it's unethical for me to drain on their system when I've only recently started paying taxes here. So for me, if I ever got to, I'll tell you what I did one day like an idiot.
Okay.
I was with a friend. We were in her office. She says, "What? Can you hand me the water? You know the 5-gallon water jugs?"
Yeah.
What did my big knuckleheaded ass do? Because I'm a meathead weightlifter, I picked it up with one hand, brought it over. The next day, I felt a pain in my chest. I thought I was having a heart attack. I was like, oh no, what did I do wrong? Good, my blood pressure is good. The doctor, she looked at me. She said, she poked me in my chest. She said, does that hurt? I said, oh yeah, that hurts. She said, you idiot. Heart attacks don't hurt on the outside. You pulled a muscle. But it never occurred to me that I couldn't just go downtown and get in line at one of the hospitals and go see a doctor. And I've heard people say, oh, well, the doctors aren't as good as they are here. Yes, they are. Doctors are good all over the world. But even if the best doctors in the world here and the best doctors in the world in the United States were not equal, you'll never get to the best doctors in the United States anyway. I worked as a financial professional for 9 years. I understood how money works, how insurance works, how healthcare works, how investment works. I semi-retired at 37, and I understand the game. Most people don't understand that something as simple as medicine will bankrupt your family. I'm not going to get old and die in America. I'm dealing with that with my mom, right? My dad's dead, my mom's old. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get old in a place where when my bones start hurting, when all those heavy ass weights I'm lifting, when all the jujitsu I'm doing finally catches up with me, I want to be able to just walk downtown and get the medication I need without worrying about, does this come out of my retirement fund? And will they give me money will they give it to me if I still have anything saved up? Not this guy.
You said you retired at 37 years old. Is that what you said?
I semi-retired at 37. I'm 42 and a half now.
Okay.
At 37 years old, I walked away from the United States. I've traveled around the world before then. Working in the financial industry gave me a couple of privileges. And one of the things that I was able to do was at 37 years old, I left the United States with zero debt, zero college debt, zero credit card debt. I had a chat on my channel called Credit Card Hell that I hope everybody gets to look at because I had to go to war with some people that I love online. You just learn living the lifestyle of someone who doesn't have to work every day. Also, think about it this way. I have a couple of businesses that I run. I'm an editor, proofreader, copywriter. I do a few of those things. I have a few side businesses that I run with Bitcoin. When you don't have to factor in healthcare, you're free to start a business with the money you have. Because if you get sick, it's not going to crash you.
Wow. When it's free. Man, this is deep, man. This is deep, man. You are, man.
And free is a strange word because, yeah, you pay for it with your taxes, but most people don't know that healthcare. Why is my lamp misbehaving now that I'm the first time guest at your house and my lamp wants to misbehave? But most people don't understand it's not free. It's your tax dollars pay for it, and medicine isn't as expensive as you think it is. But if you've always lived in the United States, you really don't know that it doesn't cost millions of dollars for expensive surgery, thousands of dollars for medication, hundreds of dollars for a few tablets. In fact, it's thousands of dollars for expensive surgery, dozens of dollars for medication, and pennies for checkups. And the doctors make just as much money all over the world. But the United States has a very interesting, I apologize if I'm ranting.
No, because I'm going to ask you a question, man. This is a good question I'm going to ask you in a minute. But you go ahead and rant.
Well, what I was saying is that most people don't understand that the United States has this interesting thing that they can do. And by the way, I'm proud to be an American. I'm never going to give up my American.
I was going to ask you that, man. You took the words out of my mouth. I want to ask you how you feel about the big bullshit that's been going on over here in America. How they hate Trump so much over here, man. I mean, the political circus. I want to know your take over here as you being over there.
Okay. Well, let me back up. Are you talking about how the average person feels about Donald Trump?
Yeah. That's what I want to know. Because I'm triggered by Trump.
Here's the thing. He's seen as another politician. I wrote an article once writing about how I'm glad Trump got elected because he showed the United States, particularly Black, gay, marginalized, whatever you are people, that help's not coming. Stop believing that suddenly you're going to get this president that's going to help you. What I would say is that the average person looks at him the way they look at Jair Bolsonaro, and it's one of those awkward situations where you don't catch how the average person doesn't look at any, and I think more Americans need to adopt this policy. Most Americans don't really understand how they can do more to impact their everyday life. Voting locally, voting for your local sheriff who helps enact policies that arrest young Black men on the street. Vote for your local mayor. The president can do a lot, but in your neighborhood, there are people with more power. Get on your congressman. Find out who your congressman is. How many people don't know who their congressman is? Your senator. Did you know that if you got on your senator's ass with a bunch of people, you can get more out of him than you can out of the president of any country? I want to address two things. One, Honeybee, thank you for the subscription. And Miss Red Badger, when she said that's why the Brazilian leaders come to the U.S. for their major medicine, what I said is, what I want to put her in is, in the USA, they can spend lavishly without scrutiny and spend ill-gotten gain. That's why they go to the USA. That's one of the reasons. Now, I want to be clear about this statement. And by the way, thank you for that comment, Ms. Red Badger. When you ask, why do they go to the United States for their major medical? One of the things people don't understand is that, and again, I spent a lot of time dealing with money and how to identify illegal money. If you got this bankroll of cash that you can't explain, how are you going to explain to the people in your constituency, in your country, that you can afford all this high dollar stuff you want done and you live in the same country they do with the same medical system? Whereas if you go to another country, you can spend the money without. It's medical tourism. Also, let's just say this country has a great doctor for eyes, but America might have a better doctor for bone cancer. It's totally possible that the United States could have a specialist that they don't here, but it's also true that they have specialists outside of the United States that we don't have there. Both things are true, but that Americanized conditioning keeps the economy going, making sure that people like me don't happen. I'm bad for America. I'm the anomaly. I took my education, my financial wherewithal, and I just went to another country with it. That's bad for America. It's brain drain.
Yeah.
Nobody in the United States. They don't want the people that understand the way the world works to realize, if you understand, I'm a big Bitcoin person, and cryptocurrency in general. They don't want you to figure out that you can do more manipulating your own funds through that than you can through a bank. They don't want you to figure out ways to be able to invest in another market. I'm a big investment person. I invest in the Brazilian market as well. You know, right now the streets are red with blood, and I'm just out there being the vampire man. I'm just boom, 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 give me more and more and more. But I'm understanding investments.
Mm-hmm. Man, the stuff you can learn, you know what I'm saying, outside. I mean, people that live outside of our country, man, you know, and it's just amazing how like people like your country. So you more business minded. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. More business minded. It's a lot of people down. These people that are triggered, they're not really business minded. They're really somebody else's business minded.
Well, and this is where it gets awkward. By the way, the Free Men report said, I want to talk about why Brazil and other centralized medicine
come up. I'll put the link.
Are benefiting of the American innovation. You're welcome to come to my channel as well, but let's talk about it. One of the things I'll give you an example of. Benefiting of the American innovation. You're welcome to come
in the background.
One of the things I'll give you an example of.
We got Tom from Madison, Wisconsin. What's up? Yeah, he gonna adjust some things that got going on. Huh?
Okay. I want to share something that's very relevant. Free Men report, and if I could get our host Mo to share this headline that I just tried to share. Brazil to copy AIDS drug made by Abbott. Can that come up?
Mo, you got to share.
I had to fix my. I still had the live stream running in the background, so it was all reverberating. I was trying to figure out why. So
no problem.
No, not a big deal. Mo, hit
share.
Share screen. They'll show it.
You're right. American innovation is diverse. It is huge. American innovation makes America more money than innovation in other countries make them. Mm-hmm. Brazil became famous because they stole medication, a recipe for medication from the United States. And I want to tell you, I'm okay with paying too much money for a new MacBook Pro. I'm okay with paying too much money for a new computer, for a new cell phone. But here's the problem. There isn't. Are we together?
Yeah.
There we go.
You got it. There you go.
Okay. So Brazil to copy AIDS drug made by Abbott, 2005 article. One of the things that we tend to forget is I have no problem at all paying too much money for a new MacBook Pro or a new Samsung phone. Free Men report. There's an ethical issue with medicine.
Yep.
When you keep something that can stop people from dying, it's unethical to keep it. And by the way, the United States thought about bringing legal action against Brazil, and they decided the backlash was just too great.
All right, I'm going to reply to that real quick. So my problem with centralized medicine is the fact that you're giving the government the power to decide how you live and how you die and what steps you're going to take, and essentially it limits your ability to seek medication because you are essentially getting everything from the government. There's one brand, and that's the government brand of healthcare. You're giving them the power to decide which medicines you use, how you use them, which doctors you go see, and all that. And that's just too much. That's just too much power for me to give to the government, because we've seen time and time again, when you give the government the power over life and death, then they're going to make decisions that oppress the minority and benefit the majority. But the majority interest does not overrule the minority interest. I have a right to live as I see fit and opt out if I see fit when it comes to that kind of thing. And you're right, the American innovation, essentially, we put a lot of money into research and development, and then other countries kind of snag off of that. And we're the American taxpayers, the American businesses are essentially footing the bill for the rest of the world to develop drugs. And the thing is, I feel like it is an ethical issue. And if we increase competition, the price will go down, the effectiveness and choices will go up. You'll get better health care for lower price. And those that cannot do for themselves will be provided for by charity, and charity will not be overburdened by it. That's my feelings on it.
Can I respond to that? So, hey, this is BMT coming at you guys. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but BMT, can I refute something real quick?
Yes. Go ahead.
Because I don't want to lose my train of thought. I want to say a couple of things can be true at the same time. One, even though I completely disagree with you, and I'm going to issue a point-by-point refutation of everything that you said, I want to say thank you for being able to express yourself and bring that point so lavishly and so clearly. And this is the kind of discussion that we need to have, not on YouTube, but everywhere. I just subscribed to your channel, and it is a shame you only have 140. I want everybody watching this right now to go subscribe to the channel, because this is the kind of discussion we need. Now, back to what you said about centralized medicine. I'd like to give a few points to refute what you just said. One, when you said there's only one government brand, that is absolutely untrue. I can go to any pharmacy on the corner, and if I have a prescription from my doctor for, I don't know, head shining medicine for my beautiful, beautiful shaved head, I can choose the government brand, or I can look on the wall and buy a brand that they've imported from Germany or the United States. You get the choice. Now, when you read the back of the packages and they both say, makes your head luxurious and shine, I will generally choose the government brand. So saying that there's only one option is completely untrue. Saying the government gets to choose. Can I finish? I chose to specifically never interrupt while you were speaking. All I asked is for the same. Is that an unreasonable request?
No.
Thank you. So the second thing you said, one of the many things you said, is that the government gets to decide who lives and who dies. That's a common misconception. The government actually makes sure more people live, because most average or working class people like me, you, and I suspect the people watching are not in that 1% who can fly to any country in the world to get any doctor in the world. What they do is they make sure the stunning and overwhelming majority get the one thing that American medicine refuses to focus on: preventative health care. My ability to go to the doctor anytime before I develop from A to B to C to now I need an emergency. Remember, American healthcare only deals with you with any amount of compassion when you're about to die. Whereas the rest of the world with centralized healthcare can say, hey, do you want to come in and get your blood work done and check out everything to make sure it's okay? Fine, you can get that for free once a year. If you want it for more, for example, the equivalent of $100 US, I can go downtown right now to a clinic that specializes in healthcare and get anything I want because I want to pay for it. But I don't want to monopolize the microphone. I know you had something you want to say, but we also want to let Brother BMT get in.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is BMT coming at you. I think I know more so about this type of the medical side because I'm a veteran, and we see this time and time again. Whereas to, do y'all know how much medication for having HIV costs in the U.S.? Does anybody know?
No.
$300. But if you head up to Canada, guess how much it costs? $30. Same medication, same substance, same usage, just 10 less taken off. And the thing that's crazy about that, huh?
That's how much it costs in Brazil. Go ahead, guess. Go ahead, guess.
$15.
If you're HIV positive, you get the entire HIV retroviral package for free because the government simply wants you to be healthy and never have it spread. They had one anti-HIV in the world.
Now that's crazy that you say that, Yusef, because the thing about it is HIV is rapidly spreading. If we look at the laws now, they don't even put you in prison for life anymore for HIV because they're seeing it spreading so much. Because here's the thing sad about when people get sick. Their lackluster to want to live diminishes, but they're like, I don't have the money. I can't afford it. One thing that is true to man is appointed to die. You're going to get old. And it's no secret that Social Security, if you've been noticing a lot of elderly people, what are they doing now? They're coming to work at minimum wage jobs just to afford to be able to live. That's
why old people can't retire.
Exactly. This is no secret for elderly, veterans, people like me that literally, I'm like, yo, I'm pretty set, but I have to actually bust my behind more because the medication and different other stuff for my way of life is not going to be enough anymore. And let's be honest, for the younger people who are coming, I don't think there's going to be much of anything for you, because guess what? The medical pharmaceutical in the U.S. is still going up. They have not stopped it. They have not capped it. Mind you, doctors have made they swore to protect and maintain life. But however, that ethical value is thrown out the window. Now, it's funny, as much as we are a first world country, we break that rule by literally charging people the right to live. I find that crazy that the same medication that we have to pay tooth and nail for to keep your granddaddy or whoever else alive, and we'll talk about, well, I want the right to choose. But see, when you start getting dementia and they stop caring about you, you're going to be like, man, I wish there was some kind of treatment facility. Because let's look at this. Is crazy. If you're in the prison system, do you have to pay for medical in the prison system? Nope. You have to pay for medical if you are literally a veteran overseas. Nope. But how is it possible the U.S. citizen that has to work tooth and nail has to still pay for medical? Ladies and gentlemen, we have an ethical problem greatly in our country. And I'm not mad. I am angry, because I'm one of those people that literally, that's one of the things why people voted for Trump. They said, I would like a choice. I would like to be able to choose. I'm not sure how many of y'all see the homelessness of people that lose their mind or literally are on the street because they can't afford medication or they can't afford their penicillin. Insulin. Insulin is crazy. I feel bad for diabetics, but then we already know they can barely afford theirs. And insulin is one of the cheapest things to make, yet it costs so much in the stateside. If we can't answer those small, little, minute problems, I don't really think that we can have these viable conversations. Mind you, the coronavirus, there is no real holistic cure for the coronavirus right now. So people are worried about just these. Imagine how much it's going to cost to stay back to coronavirus. So I'm going to stop it right there, and we'll take it from there.
All right. So do you know what the average wait times are in Brazil? For time, like how long, if I have a time sensitive cancer, how long am I going to wait for treatment?
Oh, time sensitive cancer. I couldn't tell you. I'm not in that situation. I can tell you how long it takes to wait in an actual clinic if you have to go to the doctor.
How many specialized healthcare facilities are there in Brazil?
Oh, geez, tons.
16%. There are 70. Hold on, let me see here. 6,706 hospitals in Brazil. 50% of these hospitals are found in 5 states: Sao Paulo, Minas Gerais, Bahia, Rio de Janeiro, and Paraná. A lot of these seem to be focused around a certain centralized bigger locations, and not just that, but there are 16% of that 6,706 hospitals are specialized. So if you have a specialized type of cancer, you are going to die in Brazil. It's
Freeman Report. Are you familiar? And not just that, for the whole team. And Mo, if you want to jump in on this, and I say this in a non-condescending way, are you familiar with the concept of the difference between information versus data? What you're holding in front of you is data. The information, however, tells a different story. I say to you, as someone who has lived here, will be getting a passport for this country and citizenship and becoming fluent in the language. What you also don't see is you have to overlap the graph that you're looking at now, the graph of population density and concentration. What you'll find is that those are the central places in the world. Sao Paulo, Brazil is the 12th largest city in the world, I believe, right now by density. So what you end up looking at is a piece of paper telling you that all the hospitals are not there, they're here, but it's not telling you they're there because that's where the people are.
Well, that's fine. Like, that's not even the point I was making. I'm just saying there's 16% of 6,706 hospitals are specializized. You're not going to get the diverse amount of healthcare. Let's look at the community.
Are you familiar with what a specialized hospital is? Can you help me out here? Tell me what a specialized hospital is in your opinion.
I'm talking about like cancers, time-specific cancers, coronavirus, things that would places that would deal with coronavirus, places that would deal with specific viruses, things that we haven't seen before. types of, like I said, cancers or diseases that cannot be handled in a general hospital or a general practitioner's office. So specialized, meaning these are diseases that are on the cutting edge, where we're still dealing with figuring out what we need to do to fix them, to care for them, to make sure that people aren't dying. I think that America has has driven a lot of the innovation in the 20th and 21st century when it comes to medicine. And I would rather live in a place where, again, the government doesn't control healthcare. And it's easy to say, okay, the government cares about you, but the government will not always care about you.
Okay,
so care about their bottom line. If
let me address one quick thing. Your definition, and I say this as a matter of evidence living here, your definition of a specialized hospital is unequivocally incorrect, but there's no way to know that from reading pages on a screen. I hope one day you get to come out to Sao Paulo, Brazil. I hope one day I get to actually show you some of the stark contrasts and differences. And I'm not here to tell you one country is better or worse. I'm telling you that when you get to a position to be able to choose what you want out of the place where you live, I can say I've covered 5 continents and 15 countries that I've lived as residents in, that this is one of the places that has the most for someone like me. But if your definition, you have to realize you're reading English words on a definition of something that's a Brazilian issue. When we say specialized hospitals, the hospitals are not sealed off. What that means, that's a regular hospital, often giant hospitals, that are also focusing on specialized care for other things. It's not a black and white 0-1 binary issue. Can I ask how many countries you visited outside the United States for anything longer than a holiday?
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
I haven't.
Wow.
Okay.
I've read a lot. I've studied a lot. I still say that socialized medicine is not the way to go.
And here's the thing. I applaud you for reading and studying, because that's where wisdom starts, with saying, I don't know, I want to find out. And I want to applaud you for that. What I will say is I'd like for us to have this conversation. If you could give me 6 months of you living in a country that's not an English-speaking country, start learning a second language. If you could spend 6 months in a different country and then come back, it would validate your opinion a little differently.
Well, and I get where you're coming from. You're in the country. It's also a country that is more homogenous than America. Maybe not as homogenous as some places in Europe or some places other places in the world. It's a lot less diverse, I would say, than America. There's also the fact that you guys are moving. It seems to be a push, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but it seems to be, from outside looking in, that there is a push towards populist deregulation. Trump's like what Trump is to America, Bolsonaro is to Brazil, it seems like. And so the people are pushing for a more free market solution rather than a more pushing towards centralized control. That's a big problem I have, is the centralized control part.
So,
I would rather die of a disease a free man than live under a benevolent dictator or a benevolent government that says we will take care of you. Because I feel like at some point there are finite amounts of goods, there are finite amounts of money, regardless of whether we print them or not. There are finite amounts of goods and services. So at some point the government will say, you are just not economically viable. And so if you're not economically viable, Mr. X or Mr. Z, we cannot provide care for you. So 60-year-old, say, just use an example of figurative grandfather goes to the medical board and hat in hand and says, I need pancreatic surgery for pancreatic cancer. They're going to say, well, we've looked at the deficits, we've looked at how much we've taken in taxes, and you're just not economically viable. And I just don't.
So let me jump in here for a second, man. The bottom line is this: is when you speak in the United States, you speak about Medicare and Medicaid and general health care, is that America's going to pay for it one way or other. Either you do it preventative or you do it as you do it way after. Because if you go and sit on a doorstep, if you go and sit on a doorstep of a hospital, they're not going to deny you health care. Okay, no. So what's the saying? An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna pay for one way or other. I mean, America already pays for the births of illegals here. They pay for the Medicare of illegals. Yes, they do.
Yeah, no.
There's about 20 hospitals. What I'm saying is that you're not going to be refused any medical services in this country. So it'd be better to get people pre-screened, see what's coming down the pipeline, and say, hey, you know what? Get ready for it. We're already basically doing it by giving away free flu shots.
Right.
Okay. So that theory is already there. It's just that people want to say, oh, it's going to cost it's not going to be able to afford this, afford that. Well, that's complete BS. The money's there. It's just that they don't want to spend the money there.
So let me,
you know what I mean? Go ahead.
No, let me hit it at this, because I got a cuck inside the chat room saying that he don't know. Listen, y'all know. I guess y'all don't know how much we spend on the military, billions and billions of dollars, and it amazes me that whenever we talk about doggone spending on healthcare, mind you, if you walk into the hospital and you're sick, they're not going to turn you away. They're going to actually treat.
That's my point. That's my point. Is that
right? And I agree with you. Hell, you don't even have to be an American and you walk in the hospital. They're going to treat that person. I would rather the person, if they walk in and they get treated. Like, this is how and there's nothing against the young man who's talking, but for those of us who have traveled the world and literally have walked in different hospitals, I see the treatment that these people get. And I see that's how I know when some people are going off of what they want to show on these internet or on these little marginal stuff versus we actually been in these clinics, in these hospitals. These people aren't getting treated bad. Like, they always show like these disparaged, jacked up hospitals, but they don't actually show you the good clinics, the good hospitals, the stuff that the military themselves we have built. Yes, military engineers we have built and gone through and actually certified. You got U.S. doctors that have second practices that go into other countries. But I suppose citizen whatever dude, and them, they don't know that because they never been to these places like me, Yusef, and likewise have been to. So they'll speak, and I like, yo, dude, like, y'all don't know.
I don't think you need to go around the world to understand that America has the best. America has the best system.
Do we really?
People come.
I would not say the system.
Pay for that innovation. Our tax dollars pay for that innovation. And you know what? If it was up to me, illegals would be turned away if they came to a hospital in America because they broke the law.
They broke the law.
Is the basis of all
I would not necessarily say that it's the best system, but on average, it probably has the best health care.
Yeah,
I want to look at it that way.
I think if you look at the VA system, we love our veterans, yet our veterans were being shafted until they got open to the private system. Canada is coming down here.
Say that one time about the veterans thing. I want to make sure I heard that correctly.
The VA system up until Donald Trump was broken and still is getting fixed. It's not completely fixed, but the VA system is not good. You know what they did when veterans came home from heroin addicted from Vietnam? They just put them on methadone, keep them going to the methadone clinic, keep them addicted, keep them drugged up. Maybe as long as they fought.
Yeah, but you're talking 50 years ago, man.
We had the best system if you know that was going on. Why would you say we had the best system if you knew that was going on?
I'm talking about the privatized healthcare system that most Americans experience. The VA system is a closed circuit system.
You can't say something is the best if it has to be fixed, because I'm a veteran. Trump just got in office. So that means for the years that I've been in the VA system, I've been seeing, but I literally watched a man get shafted and literally die in the waiting room of the ER.
Yeah, that the VA is socialized healthcare. I'm talking about privatized healthcare. They opened the VA system up to private practitioners.
Okay, so
that is a good thing.
I got you. So you brought that up. Do you know if you go to a private doctor for certain stuff that the VA can say, you're not covered. Wait, but y'all just said no, you're not covered.
Yeah, we need to open it up more.
But just understand that you're on your own. That's bullshit. So you're saying that I served and I did my time, but if I want to go see another doctor for a second opinion, I'm ass out. Like, you're not going to touch me after that?
No, I think you should be able to go see whatever doctor you'd like to see.
But okay, maybe I do apologize, but maybe I'm feeling a little some type of way, and it's not because of you. It's just that because a lot they say one thing, it's because they say one thing on these social media shit, and people think that because they said it or a guy behind the podium said it, that's what's happening. But I real time deal with it, and I real time watch guys who wait for medical care or medical goddamn shit to happen for them, and they die before they can get help. So I know I'm never gonna call this medical system the greatest one. When men who've been waiting for just to be seen have died or their family has never got compensation, this ain't no fucking goddamn good system. This system been long since
the VA is not a good system. I'm agreeing with you 100%, man. Okay. That's socialized healthcare. You can literally see in lifetime. You just proved my point. The VA system is a closed, socialized medical system that is caring for people of so many diverse races, so many diverse backgrounds, and it cannot handle it. And when they say to you, PMT, you can't go to the doctor you want, we the VA are going to tell you that's socialized healthcare. That's the government telling you what doctor you need to choose. You prove my point with socialized medicine. The American free market system is about innovation. You want to know why the free market works? Look at LASIK. Nobody covers LASIK. It's always constantly been going down, and the quality of the surgery has been going up. If you look at dental, not a lot of people get dental. That is going down in price as well.
Okay, so let me show you this right here. You have doctors in the VA that have been found out that have been siphoning money from the facilities into their own pockets.
Yeah, because that's what happens with government programs.
No. So wait, the money that was supposed to be going towards veterans care for help for mental health, different other treatments that we needed, wasn't going to us. That they were supposed to do their job. They didn't do their job. There was no damn socialism. They just didn't want to do their job because they're like, well, I'm not going to get paid for it like that. But if I would have taken this other client that had money,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay,
I'm literally not disagreeing with you on anything.
Okay, that's not like, here's the thing. When we sign up for the military, they tell you you will always have medical. But if a doctor knows that, where Yusuf is at, the doctors don't because they can stand for everybody, regardless of whether they're rich or poor. I'm supposed to take care of them.
I agree with you 100%. It's socialized medicine, though. The free market system is better. That's why it's better. Because you're not going to big government systems are graft prone. They are prone to corruption. They are prone to abuse. They are prone to abusing the patients. And the doctors are overwhelmed, and they end up being shitty pieces of garbage. The only person that would accept a position in a VA that's being paid by the government is somebody who's a piece of shit anyways.
Wow. So let's look at this. So how have we been doing with
private doctors? You should be able to go to any doctor that you want on taxpayer dime because you went out and you fought the wars that these motherfuckers wanted to start. Excuse my language. No, I'm sorry.
I got a question for you, young man. And in much respect, you say on taxpayers dime. Okay.
Because you joined up and you wrote a check and said, I'm going to fight, I'm going to defend this country. You wrote that check and we owe you something. We owe you something for writing that check. So I do believe the taxpayer should pay for you to go to any private doctor that you want.
Okay, now hang on. Now you would want me to go, right, for that taxpayer's dime. Would that mean that my family would be covered also?
I don't know. That's something I'd have to think about more in depth because I don't want a socialized system. I'd rather have the free market system that everybody else operates. But if you sign it, if you go and you say, I'm going to step up and I'm going to do this civic duty, then that's a different level. And that's something that we should pay for. And if we're going to put you in a position where you're going to be in harm's way for us, then we should pay for you.
You see, this is the thing about it where I say that's where America definitely falls at. Is when it comes to the money aspect. Whereas we won't touch somebody unless it's about $1. And that really greatly sucks because then that means we're just pretty much to the highest bidder. And this is where we hit the class system, the racial system, and all these types of caste systems that people are either born in and now they're being stuck in. And I feel like, and I'm trying to tell y'all, you won't last very long at the rate that this caste system in the U.S. is going right now. Like I'm just being for real. I don't know that many of y'all that have businesses or different other investments going on. The stock market ain't doing too well. So they're going to start getting pretty picky about who's to be in and who's not out. So I'm trying to figure out, because I got nothing to get. If y'all believe in what you believe in, that's fine. But I'm saying that we already know that a lot of people right now are not doing too well as they want to be doing. So we're trying to find a way. But I just now did a show on, right now we have it where immigrants are definitely taking the state jobs. That's not a secret. I just went over it with my brother Yusef. Immigrants we're picking up immigrants to do these jobs. Now, am I obligated to hire a U.S. person for those jobs anymore now? Since we're talking about it's about choice, I guess not.
No, because an illegal immigrant is
never said that he was
here.
illegal. Never said he was illegal. I said an immigrant. We didn't. No. I said immigrant. So
okay.
That was.
And I believe we should have a moratorium. I don't believe that we should be letting more people in.
Wow.
I believe that we should have a one out, one in policy.
A one out, one in policy.
Hey, listen, folks, Mo, everybody, I've got to run. Love you all, and thank you for having me. I hope that next time I can get on earlier. In the private side of the chat, Mo, I left you my number so you can add me on WhatsApp.
Okay, I actually see it right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take it down right now, bro. Hey, I appreciate it. Oh, we connected, my nigga. That's what's up.
Okay, bye.
Hey, man, thanks for coming through, bro. He got his first. He gave his phone.
So what do you think we should do with immigration? We should just let everybody in, everybody on the American dime. That's it.
Well, if that's the case, then I will tell you this. No, we don't have to let everybody in, but I sure ain't going to hire no non-experienced person that don't know how to do the job. So I guess I could just be picky and just have certain people flown in that know how to do the job.
But the thing is, why aren't we training people here to do the job?
I mean, if you don't have, why would I have to train you? That costs money when I can already just have somebody from, I don't know, that just comes around and flies their people in. Like, you got people from Africa, Europe that come in.
You have people here that already know the job.
But like, I can hire them. But I'm just saying, skilled trade jobs like a plumber, like the plumber trade, that has drastically gone down because there's not that many people doing plumbing.
That's because the government has sold us the line that we have to go to college to earn a useless degree and get a bunch of debt and then go out, and then we have no skills except all the leftist, all the indoctrination that they've taught us in the colleges. You know, I would advocate for every single youth to say, screw college, I'm going to the trade school, because there's such a lack of trades here and we have a lack of production here. We need to worry about here and let Mexico make Mexico great again, and Brazil make Brazil great again, and Portugal make Portugal great again, or wherever it may be, or have Spain make Spain great again, or France make France great again. They can deal with them. We'll deal with us.
Okay, Mr. Man Report, if you don't mind, what's your trade or your craft that you do, sir?
I'm a cook.
You're a cook. Okay. All right. Are you a culinary cook, or you're just a cook at a restaurant?
I'm a chef, like a chef. Like I didn't go to school, but I work at a pretty decent place, but I picked it all up by working at restaurants.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, that's cool. Now, I would want to ask, does your job come with health insurance?
Yes, it does.
That's good. So it's do you pay for that?
Yeah, I pay like they pay half, and they pay like 3/4 of it, and I pay like $60 or something like that a month.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I would do you have a family, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, well, I have a fiance, but not like kids or nothing.
Okay. I got a specific question because but I know me, Mo, and likewise, we all are family men, and I'm very thankful that you're going to be starting a family, soon.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of young people get discouraged because they're like, holy shit, like that's where the insurance companies start picking up the pace. And one thing I know about the medical field is that they like asking you, do you have insurance? The first thing they're going to ask you before you come in there, do you have insurance?
Mm-hmm.
And if you say no, they're not going to really want to touch you.
Well, that's the thing.
They're going to be like, why this guy don't got no insurance? So if I fuck up with him, I don't want that kind of smoke.
So see,
I think that's pretty
my
sucks.
thing is the health insurance company sits in between you and the doctor, and like is pretty much a racket. What do they do? Like if the market is more transparent, have you ever seen a posted price in a hospital? I've never seen a posted price. If the hospitals got de-insulated, they have regulations that keep them insulated from competition. If there was more competition in the market, if the market was more transparent,
I'll be right back.
Prices would go down and the care would go up.
I'm back, y'all.
I gotta hit it, Mo.
Give me another beer. I'm good. What's up? What's up, Tom?
What's going on, Mo? Thanks for inviting me on, bro.
Anytime, you anytime. Hey, I was just in Madison for 3-4 days. I was hanging out with my girl. I was downtown. I was like an in and out kind of like.
Yeah. Well, if you
I got a question for you, Freeman. I got a question for you, Freeman.
Yeah.
On the medical stuff. Now, I mean, how free of a market do you want if you don't want it like controlled by the government? I mean, because I'm gonna tell you, man, in the Philippines, in my country, I'm gonna tell you straight up: if you don't got money, you don't go to the hospital. They will not help you. If you are bleeding to death, if you're having a heart attack, if anything's going on with you, you know what? If you ain't got no motherfucking money, you can't come to the hospital. You know what happens? You know what happens when you have a child in the hospital? They will admit you for a child. You know what happens after you have that child? If you don't have the money to pay to get out, you motherfuckers stay in the hospital till that shit's paid.
Well, that's the thing. See,
you know what I mean?
I have to look at the Philippine system. Is there a lot of corruption? I think there is. From just thinking back, I think there is.
It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference. Nothing moves without money, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. But here's the thing. If the markets are de-insulated and they're not because essentially right now our government is protecting the medical market from competing with each other. When businesses compete, they have to increase the quality of their care and decrease their price to try to essentially compete for your business. I don't know what kind of monetary system you have. I don't know if there's a lot of socialized healthcare. I don't know if there's a lot of regulations. I'll put
it like this. I think in my opinion, the solution would be to where it's just built into your taxes, because we pay for every fucking thing else. We pay for the military. We pay for the infrastructure of this country. We pay for all the roadways that don't get done. We pay for all the fucking schools that don't get built. You know, which is one of the reasons why they came up with the lottery. And we see motherfuckers winning $1 billion in the lottery. One person can literally win $1 billion in the lottery, and so where's that money going to? Because we don't see that. We don't see a motherfucking thing changing.
I think I'd rather spend my money. Let the government. I'll pay the governments to make roads, and I'll pay them to put up road signs. And the rest of my money, they can leave it the hell alone. It's my money.
Because, like I said, with healthcare, because also when you look at healthcare, and you look at the percentage of states that have the people with the worst health, they're actually quite small. They're in the South. If you're talking Mississippi, Alabama, you know, on average, the states that have the worst health, people with the worst health, you know, that are obese or whatever. I mean, you're talking Mississippi and Alabama, states that have like 4 million, 3 million, 6 million people. So it doesn't add up for general health care. Now, if you're talking about people who want to get cosmetic surgery and shit, no, that's out the door. But if somebody has like a heart condition or something like that, you know what? If that shit needs to be diagnosed early, and that's what I'm talking about. There needs to be more spent on diagnosis and prevention, as opposed to after somebody goes in there and then they have a heart attack and you cannot let this person out of the hospital for 6 months. Well, that's where the shit adds up.
We're such a decadent country that, you can be poor as shit and fat as fuck. Let's just be real. And that's the problem. We are a rich, fat country, and we need to learn how to freaking act right. So that's the biggest thing. I see it all the time. These fat white trash that go to freaking Walmart And I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that. But it's like, what do? They're making their own bed, and the big pharma companies, they see that as, let's go, let's you know what I mean? They can keep them on medicine, keep them on heart pills, and the one thing they don't tell them: get on the treadmill, eat healthy, do all this. They don't want to tell you that because they want you to keep coming back for your blood pressure, for your diabetes, for your this, your that. They make money off of us. I want a deregulated system where, your choice, it's a meritocracy. If you make right choices, you get good back. If you make bad choices, yeah, people should get second chances. But at some point, if you keep rewarding bad behavior, you're gonna keep getting bad behavior. And I feel like that's a harsh view on things, but I grew up, my parents were on welfare. I grew up in the projects of Milwaukee. I was born on the north side. We stayed there for a while, and then we went to the only place in West Dallas that was in a good neighborhood that accepted rent assistance. Grew up around, doing bad things, doing drugs, drinking alcohol, messing my life up, being an asshole. And at one point, I was homeless. I was homeless for a good between 18 and 25. I couldn't get my shit together. And
well, there's nothing wrong with that because this is America, and generally in America, there is recourse.
Exactly. And so I changed my life, and you know what I mean? It wasn't easy, but it is what it is. And I think that's the best system because we can assure equality of rights, but we cannot assure equality of outcome. We cannot assure. It's impossible because if you do, then you're essentially going to say, well, this person's too successful, so we got to oppress him, bring this person up, and then that person gets too high, and then it's just too much. But I got to eat lunch. I got to eat some or dinner here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I gotta get back to work too. I'm actually still in my office, but anyway, we'll have to continue this later on, bro. Because I'm
down.
Like I said, for me, the money's there, bro. I mean, it's getting spent. The money's there. It's gonna get spent one way or another. I mean, whether it's on us or some other country, it'd be nice
just give us our Social Security. Give us what they can of our Social Security back. Lower our taxes. And let us do it. Let us make our own savings. Let us make our own way. Because at this point, I don't trust the government to do anything. They do nothing well.
You hear that, RBR? RBR.
Well, that's the thing is that's the thing is I rely on myself. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, like I said, this is America. There's always recourse. If you have good ideas, you have a good passion, you present yourself right. Someone's gonna give you the money to do what you need to do.
Exactly.
I don't care what anybody says. So I mean, in this country, if you apply yourself, you present yourself correctly, there are no excuses.
Exactly. I agree. Thanks for having me on, Mo. I'm sorry if I got a little risque with some of my words.
Come on, Tom. You know how my channel is, man. Come on.
I know. All right, Mo. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'm out. Please subscribe to my channel.
Right, dude. Freeman Report, man. Yo, try to get my channel, man. We got what's up like right just me and you. See, man, you don't even argue because I don't argue with your ass.
Yeah, man. I got about 5 minutes to kill, then I gotta get back to work here. I got a big job I'm doing. But no, man, I'm just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Just soaking it up and seeing all this stuff, because it's weird, a lot of stuff that we talking about, honestly, man, it just like that, a lot of this shit really doesn't pertain to me because I take it all in stride. You know what I mean? I can't worry about shit that I can't control. So when we get on these such discussions talking about healthcare and healthcare, that I mean, it's an issue, but at the same time, man, you know what? I don't see too many lines in the hospital, fucking, just running out the door like motherfuckers at fucking Popeyes for a motherfucking chicken. You know what I mean? Like, for chicken sandwich, bro. On the real. I mean, just everybody just settle down on this medical shit. You know what? Ain't nobody gonna let you die.
Right.
You know what I mean? Straight up. So, just back up on that shit, man. I really don't care about that type of thing because, like I said, I'm about 60 pounds overweight, but I feel fine. I move fine. I stay active. And I went to tell my doctor because I do have Kaiser in California we got Kaiser where you pay monthly, and then you go to the Kaiser hospital, but you go to any Kaiser in California. He says, hey, he's like, yeah, at your age, you know, like you're about 60 overweight. You know, if you drop 40, you're good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, so like, yeah, I know where I need to be at. I know where I'm at right now. Actually, you know, the picture that's in there, that's like 3 years old. That's how I'm supposed to look. I'm supposed to be slim as fuck. You know what I mean? But in general, man, it's like, you know, I still watch my eating habits. You know, obviously, you know, if you're eating heavy, cholesterol filled shit, you know, you got to do your research on your food, man. Not a lot of shit that
the sodium too. You got to watch the sodium too, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's like you have to watch. You have to really do research on what you're eating. Like there's shit that people think is good for you that's bad as fuck. I mean, like one of the worst things that you can eat is tilapia, shrimp. Like shrimp is like one.
What's wrong with shrimp, my nigga? My nigga, what's wrong with
shrimp? Shrimp is almost all entirely cholesterol.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but the thing is, the way that shit's presented, like they'll present that shit over, you know, over a bed of lettuce with some salad or some shit like that, or grilled on the fucking barbecue pit. No, that shit, that's one of the worst things for you, man. And then we look how they grow that shit. Like that shit is, I don't know. I don't know what I'd rather eat liver. And you know how liver is. Liver is the type of shit that like that shit smell good as fuck when you're cooking it, but it tastes like liver.
Liver, yeah.
I'll eat liver before I eat a fucking shrimp. That's what I know about that shit.
Liver, man, from JD with some hot sauce on it, cocktail sauce on that shit.
But I'm saying it's like it's still gonna taste like liver. Like there's nothing that you can do about it. You know what I mean?
Tell me how the dog tastes, man, because you told me the dog tastes like pork, man. I want to know how the dog tastes. I want to try a dog. I tried squirrel before. I tried raccoon before. I tried rabbit. You know what I'm saying? I want to try squirrel, but tell me how the dogs taste.
Well, it depends on how it's prepared. You know, like I've ate dog like about 3 times, and
you hear that, white people?
Yeah, but they eat dogs in Europe too.
Stop it.
They just prepare it different. Well, anyway, honeybee, yeah, you know, but the thing is, though, like even though they say wild, there's not enough wild shrimp to keep up with the demand for with the demand of what the market holds. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible. So all that shit, like honeybee, go look on YouTube and look at how that shit is raised. Then you understand what I'm talking about. You don't want to fuck with no shrimp. Period. But no, it depends how it's prepared, man. You know, because it's all meat, so it's all how you season it. You know what I mean?
But why? It also depends on top of the barrel. Then, if it's not good for you, why they gotta be top notch shit that costs way more money?
Because motherfuckers will pay for it.
Right. I feel you like what?
I mean, that's the bottom line. If that's what
the treating it though. Hey, Mayberry, you want to come off for a minute before I leave? Mayberry, let me know.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing is, but yeah, you know, that's how I look at it, man. If you take care of yourself, you know, keep conscious. Obviously, as you get older, you can't do the shit that you used to be able to do. And it's not just drinking. It's the food you eat. You know what I mean? Because you know how it is, man. You know how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you wake up after drinking ass bottle, you're like, man, what the fuck did I do? Nigga. You know what I mean? To where it's like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you drink that bottle, it's nothing. You can't. It's the same thing with food. You have to cut that shit down, eating after 10 o'clock, or even, you know, depends on your body, metabolism, all that shit, how active you are. But no, man, you got, you know, just there's a lot of fucked up shit out there. I do not eat fast food. What's that?
Real shit, man. Go ahead. Real shit, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But no, you know what I'm saying? Like, back to the healthcare shit, man. You know, nobody's going to let anybody die in this country, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real. Just in general, if you were to see somebody on the side of the road, you know, damn near dying, you know what, and you ain't got nothing going on, you're going to put that motherfucker in your car and take him to the hospital. And when you get to the hospital, he's got to get help. I mean, there is money there for it. You know, just write the shit off. It's like when you know what I'm saying, you're at work and you drop a bottle accidentally, write the shit off. You know what I mean? this country itself, I think, in general, is getting more healthier anyway. You know what I mean? So people are becoming more aware than what they were 10 years ago, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. I mean, think about it. You know, what is it, 40, 50 years ago, they used to have commercials for smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. I remember that. The Brokeback shit. The Brokeback commercial.
The Marlboro Man, all that shit. You know what I mean? So people in general, I mean, it's like,
with pleasure. Remember that? Newport Alive with pleasure.
Especially young people. You know, like a lot of young people are just slim as fuck. I mean, like, you know, like you don't see a lot of just chubby kids running around like we used to, like because the diets have changed. Yeah, hell yeah, the diets have changed. And it's just more.
Hold on. Hey, hang on. Let me say something. Let me reply back. So I had the citizen fuck boy in the goddamn chat talking mad shit. And let me tell you something right now, because your channel ain't shit compared to mine. Let me just shit on you and tell you why I'm way above you. First off, when I was all on that black on black, pro black shit and shitting on and talk about racism, all that shit, my shit was way the fuck up there. I was doing numbers. I was the only goddamn YouTuber that was crossover between gaming, radio, podcasting, all that shit. Me and Mo both came up together. But however, one thing that I did differently was that me and Mo started switching up. Mo was always hard conservative. Me, I was on my black shit.
He was.
But the minute I started switching up and saying, yo, you know what? It's more than just being about black. And I started having different races, different cultures, different credences come on there. And likewise, you've been on my shit and you see how they be coming.
Yeah.
See, you don't understand this type of shit, citizen, because you ain't on this type of shit that we have to maneuver through. You're still a small timer. You gotta get your word coming at me, nigga.
You a citizen, man. I mean, what's the real deal? I see y'all throwing stuff in.
No. Well, I guess he feels some type of way, but I was talking about healthcare.
Okay.
And he thought I was talking about that socialization shit.
I did ask this man to come up. I did ask him to come up.
Right, but the thing about it was, you saw with the minute I said, and I said this on what's that dude's name? He's like a white Tommy Sotomayor. It's an older dude, like shit, I forgot that dude's name.
Stephen Molyneux?
Huh?
Stephen Molyneux? No, not Stephen Molyneux. Yeah.
So what happened was I said this: there is no such thing as a superior race, and once I said that, that made a lot of black people get angry, and they were like, "Well, BMT and Kelly, you know how a lot of these black people are on these channels. They're like, BMT, how can you say that? But there's no such thing. Poor is poor, rich is rich, and everybody's going to die." The minute I said that shit, everybody started turning against me. Why? Because I started sticking up for white people. I started bringing white people on my panel, and you know what happened? My numbers dropped drastically.
Yeah.
Do I regret bringing white people on? Nope. Do I still have white people come on there? Yep. I even made white people moderators in my fucking
right.
So before you start coming to me, fuck boy, get your shit up and actually stand the test of time like me. I've been writing, I've been doing a lot of shit in my community. I do interviews and all kind of shit. I don't give a fuck for views, but I know this shit about YouTube. They'll shut you down the minute you start bucking back and you start actually showing the truth. So before you talk your little shit about flat earth and all that crazy shit, actually do some time out here in the streets like we do. See, it's easy to just say MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. That's easy. But see, I actually go on to different panels that don't fuck with me. I even told Mo, "Nah, Mo, come on over here to Nyla's panel." And Mo's like, "You sure, BMT?" I say, "Bro, I got you." Did I not go on that panel with you, fam?
Yeah, you know what? Look, I want to go down. All them motherfuckers are moderators.
And what happened? They said, "You know what? Mo can come here anytime."
Yeah.
I make sure I bridge the bridge for blacks and whites, and you know what? I catch a lot of shit. And there's always some little fuck boy or some crazy ass fucker coming and talking shit. I'm a moderator on RBR shit. And all he does is call me race, coon, ass liquor, all kinds of shit. And I still go over there. I don't see you on any Sunday Rumble. I don't ever see you on O'Shea shit. I don't ever see you on any of the big boy panels. I don't ever see your name get brought up on any of the radio shows. But you had the audacity to bring me up like me and you are equals. Man, get the fuck out of here and humble yourself. I don't owe you shit. I don't care for numbers. See, the minute I stop bashing women, I don't ever bash women. See, a lot of my panels that I've seen, they like to bash women. I don't bash women. I know you do.
Of course you do. Likewise.
I know you do.
I see you do that.
Like I said, I don't bash women. I don't bash men. But I'm very passionate about. I'm passionate about my shit. I'm just saying I don't like people attacking the work that a lot of us actually have put in work on. So you want to come up here, talk your shit like a man. Don't talk no shit like in some damn chat like a bitch.
Or I will set up a one-on-one interview with you two, and I'll moderate it.
Yeah, but see, Mo, you keep saying that shit, but you still ain't set up the shit with Will Johnson.
No, I did. You said you was done with it.
No, I'm done with it. Honestly, I'm done with it because I don't. Hey, Will. I mean, Mo. I'm actually done with it. I'm actually done with it, and you know why? Because that motherfucker's in a very dark place right now.
You always.
And I know you know that. No, but he's in a very dark place right now. And you saw what happened to his fearless leader that kicked his ass out when he didn't do no numbers right. You saw what happened to Alex Jones, right?
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, but you saw what happened to Alex Jones, right?
He got sense. He got banned. Yes.
No.
For him.
Chrissy B, I ain't never ran for Will. I snatched that nigga braids out. What you talking about? No, you saw Alex Jones just got arrested for DUI, right?
I mean, we all agree. I mean, this shit happened.
No, I know, but I'm just saying though, like Will is not doing numbers now. All those antics and running around and acting crazy. How come he ain't doing that shit no more? Because the shit was a fucking farce. That's what the fuck I was talking about. When that shit happened, I was like, bro, like, why is this dude out here, man? This dude's got a 6-figure job, deep 6-figure job, doing stuff, and he's running around, just acting a fucking ass. That nigga lost fucking everything. Everything. Kicked out the state, nigga, because you couldn't afford to live here. Went down, got on Alex Jones' dick. That wasn't working. That nigga kicked you out, and now you trying to sell vitamins. I mean, come on, bro. No, I'm not. I don't need to debate with bro because he can't handle he can't handle the reality of what he's going through, and that's not even going personal. It's just speaking on the fact of what he wanted to represent. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I fuck with Trump, okay, but I'm not a Trumpeteer, bro. Straight up. I get tired of that shit because Trump. Well, you know what? All you motherfuckers is all this goddamn Trump shit. What y'all gonna do in 2014 and 2024? Trump is not gonna be there.
Likewise, I've been said that. I talk about that all the time.
Like I said, I'm not
2 years ago.
Like I said, man, like here's the thing about it. Listen, y'all. I'm not saying. Listen, man. We have a lot of problems in our nation, and I don't put it all on just one man to fix it. That isn't. You're sounding like the blacks that put it all on Obama. I'm just going to be honest, man, and take it from me. When the minute I said I didn't want to vote for Obama, they kicked me out of the house for like a week. I'm just saying this: like men are going to fall short, and I know, like, yeah. You'd be surprised, Miss Badger. You'd be surprised how many people say that people can do no wrong. Shout out to you, Christy, because Christy was one of the first white women I ever let run my panel. And that, the thing about it, Christy, did I let anybody jump at you or say anything disrespectful to you?
No, I would have jumped right back.
But the thing about it was, how many people were freaked out that they saw white people on my damn panel just sitting there just talking. But I lost so much shit, but I regret nothing. Why? But I said, listen. There are poor white people just like there are poor black people and poor Hispanic Latin people. We got economic problems all around the board. And when people start getting desperate, they start doing dangerous stuff and hurting people and start pulling out guns and all kind of crazy stuff.
Well,
you know what else happens, BMT? You know what else? Excuse me for a second, Christy B. I can get off here soon, but you know what else happens, you guys, is that this shit splinters up until something like a 9/11 or something happens. Then it's like, oh, we're all American. No. It just tells you that people have to find something that they have in common with somebody to be able to associate with them. You know what I mean? Because when something big happens, like with this coronavirus or 9/11 or some other weird shit, then everybody's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that becomes universal that everybody can talk about to anybody about. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's the thing. That's the thing about it. Likewise, like I'm saying this, man. like people with money are gearing up for this type of shit. I'm just being honest, man. Like for those who are on ground level, like I don't want it to be where oh shit, like I don't want to help BMT's family or Chrissy's husband goes in there and like, hey, I need help. Sorry, sir, you don't have enough money to cover this shit. And I'm like, I don't want that. I'm telling y'all, man, it doesn't work out. That's when people start getting desperate and doing crazy shit. So
that's when I open up my. That's when I want my own goddamn hospital.
And I agree. So understand this, like
these motherfuckers in there chopping you niggas up.
So, like I said, like these things, it's easy to say fuck hurricane season before hurricane season gets here. But then when hurricane season gets there, then you all of a sudden you want help. It's like, oh shit, like I need insurance, and then people gonna be like, no, you don't get it. Like that's why I'm like, yo, man, don't wait, don't let your flights be caught in the winter. And so right now we're at this point now where I mean I got the audio, I got to go over it tonight, where literally they don't have no fucking goddamn cure for this shit, man. They don't. So y'all don't know how this shit is going to react if somebody already has cancer, leukemia, some type of thing that's not that mild. Mind you, I'm just saying, like, this shit don't get pretty. So the guy, one of the head scientists said, well, guess what? Some people are going to die. See, it's always fun and games until that loved one is yours that is dying. And then you have to stay to help and say, yo, I don't make enough money. And we see a lot of these stories on the news where people are saying, yo, like, fuck, like, this is not fair. This is not right. I paid my taxes. I voted for this person. Why can't I get treatment? And we see these stories happen a lot. So I don't want it to be anybody that has to go through that pain. I laid in the bedrooms of the VA and I've listened to men that literally say, yo, man, like, I don't want to die alone, or I want the proper treatment. And you know what? The highest paid doctors, they don't help out. Why? But they're not getting paid to take care of your ass. And I think that's bullshit. So that means that guy literally has to just suffer it out. You know? So that's just my clock. Like maybe it's just something different for me because I actually go to those facilities and I sit with men and women that are dying. Or I sit with a child that literally there's an article, and I can pull it up for you, Mo. There was a little girl in Texas that had a heart deficiency, and the hospital was trying to figure out if they should kick the little baby. They're trying to figure out if they should kick the little baby out the hospital. I'm like, damn, dude, this child it literally has a deficiency. I get it. You know what some people were saying? Let the child die. Oh well. So I'm like, okay, so y'all fine with that, but let that have been your kid. But it's kind of interesting that I saw whites and blacks out there fighting to keep that baby in there. Why? Because they never know what could happen to that baby can surely happen to one of y'all.
All they do is put that baby on a plane to California. We would have took care of that baby.
But you get what I'm saying, y'all? Like it's always well, we don't want this, but I'm saying like that's not right until when they start kicking your child out the hospital, and then everyone has. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Go ahead. Likewise, I'll pull up the article.
Go ahead, pull it up.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, man. It's like, and that's why I keep telling people, you know, in America, there's always recourse. You know what I mean? To where some places they just turn you away, and that's gonna be it. You know, and I'm sure that depending on where it was in Texas, I'm assuming it probably wasn't Houston, because Houston has, I believe, the biggest medical facilities in the United States. Like they have damn near an entire city there that's set up just for medical. But yeah, you know, there's opportunities, man. You know, like I said, for the recourse. So, you know, it's just bringing awareness to situations like that. You know, getting on Facebook and all this and all that, and somebody's gonna come through one way or another. You got a lot of people with money that can make that happen that don't care. You know, they could probably hit their financial advisor or whatever and say, hey, you know what, I got this going on. Is this tax write off or whatever? You know, you got a lot of people that's able to do things like that will do it under the table. You know what I mean?
I got it for you, Sam.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, okay, so it's right here. Let me do it, and I'm gonna show y'all. Just so we the greatest, but right here in Fort Worth, Texas, right here, you see, judge temporarily stops hospital from ending baby's treatment. Literally, the hospital was going to kick the child out. And literally, I covered this story on different other shows and also on the radio. This was happening in Texas. As many billionaires and people who are in Texas, this shit was literally going down.
Where was that in Houston? Where's it in Houston?
This is Fort Worth, Texas, where literally that little baby right there, they were going to wheel that baby out of the hospital. Judge grants motion to temporarily stop the hospital from taking baby off life support. So before y'all start saying choice, I want you to understand Trinity Lewis said all she wants is for her 9-month-old daughter who is on life support to have a chance to get better. But on Sunday, physicians at Cook's Children's Medical Center in Fort Worth plan to stop all treatment for Tinsley Lewis. She said on Sunday evening, a judge granted Lewis and her baby family a temporary restraining order. They had to put a restraining order on the hospital.
BMT, I have a question. Now, I'm assuming that this baby's probably brain dead.
No, it's actually alive.
Okay, because that happened out here in California, actually in Oakland, and they kept the baby alive. They kept the child alive for, I think, at least a year, and then the parents decided to let go.
Right.
But I'm assuming in this situation that the doctors probably looked at it and say, you know what, this child is probably never going to get better. I can't imagine that they would have the baby in the hospital and just kicking it. I can't see it.
Nope. Baby is alive. You know how baby is alive. Baby will hold your hand. Baby will move around on the bed and all that stuff. Baby is fully functional.
Well, there's something else going on with it because there's definitely something else going on with it. I mean, there's some kind of diagnosis for that child to where the doctors want to give up on the child. Trust me.
No, actually, it's not the doctors. It's actually not the doctors. It's actually what do you call it? The hospital
hospital administrators.
Exactly. Hospital administrator is the one who actually has motion for the child to be removed out. I covered the story twice. The baby is like a weird. It's just that the baby has an irregular heart that literally it pushes on the ribs, so it needs treatment. So some people who are born with that, it takes time for that to properly get done. But
okay. Now I have another question. On that. Now, is it a situation to where that particular hospital is not equipped to handle that type of procedure for a surgery? Because I do know that certain hospitals are equipped different to where it's like if you get injured, a certain type of injury, and you end up at one hospital, they will eventually transfer you to another. I'm just asking because I'm just asking because I do see these situations pop up where that will happen. It's like I'm sure you guys know, like if you go to, let's say, some fool gets shot and he goes to the nearest hospital. A lot of times he ends up at the county hospital, and it's not just because it's county hospitals, because you have certain hospitals that have trauma center. So that's what I'm just curious. I'm just asking, because this child, if she's in a general hospital, maybe she needs to go to a children's hospital, or maybe she needs to go to a specialty hospital, or maybe she needs to be airlifted to Houston because Houston has, like I said, the largest medical facility in the United States. So I'm just asking because a lot of things aren't necessarily, what they intend to be, even though it is cold-hearted or whatever. But it may be just like, we're not equipped to deal with this type of situation, and we can't bring in doctors from another hospital come to do the procedure here. I'm just asking. So
go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so pretty much the guy, the asshole, as we'll refer to him, literally says, while we believe every child's life is sacred, we also believe that no child should be sentenced to a life of pain, said Winfred King, Assistant Vice President of Public Relations for Cook's Children's Hospital Healthcare System, in the statement. Removing this beautiful child from medical ventilation is a gut-wrenching decision for Cook's Children's physicians and staff. However, we feel it is in her best interest to free her from artificial medical intervention and suffering. Tinsley was born prematurely with a rare heart defect called an Eberstein anomaly. She's been suffering from a chronic lung disease and severe chronic pulmonary hypertension, and has undergone several complex procedures. She breathes with the assistance of a ventilator and is sedated but conscious. The family says in response to touch and stimulation as a baby would. Cook's Children has evoked a 10-day rule on Tinsley, part of a Texas law that allows hospitals to end life sustaining treatment for patients. So even if the family does not want them to, the rule is meant for cases where physicians determine treatment is futile. The family then has 10 days to transfer the patient to another hospital before treatment ends. So they've already shown videos of this baby awake. They've shown videos of this baby literally holding hands, holding the mommy and or the parents' hands, all that shit, and literally their thing is, well, we want to just put it out of its misery.
No, I don't think so. I think in this situation is that they're seeing that it's going to stay what it is, and it's only going to deteriorate. So at the end of the day, who's going to pay for it? What type of attention, special attention does this child need? And with all that being said, what are our liabilities? Because there's so much going on with her body. There's, she's got lung issues, she's got other issues going on. Like, okay, this child would actually need not just a nurse, but probably an actual physician or doctor on hand 24/7 to deal with anything that may arise, just to keep her in her current state, not to make her better, but just keep her as she is. Now, so you know what I mean? So the judge. So that's what I'm saying. The judge can come in and say, which was the case out here, and the child out here was actually brain dead. The judge just said, you know what? And I think he did it like 4 or 5 times. Every time it came to court on dealing with like how to proceed, the judge just would postpone it. So they could just continually postpone it just to give the parents more time with the child, even though it's obvious that the child is not going to get any better, and at some point in time, the child is going to pass away. But the judge has the right to do that in this case, and the only thing we can hope for is that the judge will continue to say, you know what, continue today's March 9th, continue it till till June 1st. And you got another 2 months. You have at very least another 2 months with your child if she does live that long. And then at the same time, the hospital, depending on what goes on with this child's condition, will be able to write it off. Because if the child doesn't have coverage, they will be able to write it off on some kind of hardship case or whatever. So I'm just giving you a scenario that I saw took place out here that went on for over a year with a child that was actually brain dead, that was never going to get better, but the parents just did not want to let the child go, which is understandable. Okay, so like I said, in this situation, I cannot imagine that a group of doctors would get together, and it's not just administration, because the hospital administration, because the doctors have to make the final decision, and then they go to the administration to say, this is what we're dealing with. How do you want us to proceed? You see what I mean? Well, I'm just giving you my scenario, how I see it.
No, I mean, in a perfect world, but not all hospitals are the same. Not all areas where these hospitals are operating the same way. And you have, depending on where you're at, the doctors that are there might have a different kind of ethic. And usually it does come down to the administration. It comes down to the dollar. And so
exactly
the hospital.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they still had to diagnose the child and see what's best for the child. Like, is there some type of medicine or therapy or whatever we could do to make the child better? I'm sure that they had to, before they went to administration, they had to do it, because they can't just say, oh, well, fuck this child. And then, we come back and we do it for medical records where, you know what, all you have to do is give this child a medication of this or that. No, that hospital be sued for fucking billions of dollars.
Likewise, the arguments, sound if that's what the situation, but the truth is that nobody's really certain of the exacting of what's wrong with the child and why the decision was made. So
I know, but that's my point though. That's my point though. Is what he read. The description of the child's condition was born premature, has weak lungs, braced to a respirator, and all this other stuff. You know, I'm sure they determined that based on what they saw in the condition of the child.
You know, but here's the thing. Likewise, how many kids? Literally, I've watched videos where there's a kid that has no skin, that literally is bandaged up, yet that kid gets to live. We've seen a lot of people. We know some kids who will never leave outside of the hospital. But literally, luckily, what's it? St. Jude takes them in or takes them on and stuff like that. Like, y'all gotta understand. And I know we don't want to admit it, but let's just be for real. It's about money. It's about money. If you don't got the money, if you don't got the money, guess what? All I got to say was, who's going to question the doctor saying, "Oh, well, we need the space, we need the room." So it's going to come out down to, listen, if they have millions of dollars, guess what? I bet you that and they were donors to that hospital. I bet you they will keep them in there. I bet you'll keep that child in there.
You know,
and that's the reason.
And a lot of this shit is hard call stuff. Like, you know, is the consumption of the available time of doctors and the beds available and the medications available, who's the best candidate for success and survival. And that's a lot of times, you know, that could be the factor. I mean, even with people that are in line for getting transplants, I mean, there are situations where people that have been waiting get jumped over because of a specific emergency thing, or maybe money, but whatever, those decisions get made as well. So I don't know, man. It all depending on how long the girl's been under life support.
She's only 9 months old.
What are the options? Because they're just saying, well, we feel okay, whatever. What are the options? What is it that the girl has, first off, and then what are the options? So I'm sure whoever's arguing this for the family is on top of all those things as well, and that information is available. It's an interesting conversation, but I think it'd be a better conversation if we actually had facts.
No, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about it. Like when this situation had happened, one of the lawyers was on my show, like that. Literally, is taking on the case, and we had at least about 500 people call in. We were doing call-in shows on. I think we did it for like at least about 8 hours. We were like doing call-ins to keep that child in there. We got a judge to sign off to allow the baby to stay. And literally, like I said, the hospital, they're like, no, we still want to. So they waited after the 10 days, and guess what they did? Start back up the clock again to kick that baby back out. So it's no secret that when that started happening, you know, when they started actually reconsidering trying to keep that child in there, when donors who have been donating them for years started pulling their money away from that hospital, because then they're, oh shit, it took for people to start pulling money. That's why I said I get people don't like the socialization, but I mean, y'all don't want, and I'm not trying to make us no social state. You understand me? I'm never trying to do that. But I'm also like, listen, man, when it starts coming down to the health of everyone, listen, it's the money talks to a lot of these people. And see,
well, you know, man, it's up to that BMT, man. It's up to that community then.
I know it's up to that community, man.
And that's the thing that we always got to remember, man. It's like, you know, we talk about, you know, if we centralize the power back to the people from the locality, then that's part of the start of taking back power and this and that. Well, part of that is an ideological flip too, man. You know, the social aspect or the socialism aspect of our country is in the localities, you know, and in the not-for-profits and the churches and this and that. And this is how communities can take care of themselves as well and take care of one another. But we've lost that community kind of thing, and maybe whether we had it at all, but I mean that's really that's the actual thought of how we can handle these things. And then, but you know, at the same time, you know, do we need to have a time when we just say when, you know, and we have to call it, we have to make the hard call? I mean, it seems that that's life in general anyway.
True.
You know, so I mean, if we can make an ideological flip in a local aspect, you know, then and we champion that, then perhaps a lot of these situations where people that are low income, you know, or hospitals. I mean, you know, my personal opinion is like, you know, out here in Vegas, I can't stand the medical out here. And not that there aren't good doctors out here. I just think that the medical itself in general, overall, including the doctors, is not that great, you know? So all depending on the locality that you're at, you know, and if somebody that grew up here, that all they've known is the medical here and they think it's great, this and that, where someone like me who comes from Miami, where, you know, Miami's always been, you know, really, really good with medical. Now, it might have its issues, but it's South Florida's really good with medical, you know? So I think a lot of that plays into it as well. You go into like southern areas of the country where, you know, you might have poorer towns, poorer areas, and so perhaps the medicine there is not, you know, you have to go two towns down for like really critical care kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you know, things like that, and so I don't know how you transcend that without the financial and the ideological give a damn.
I'm glad you asked that. Like, okay, so, and I recorded in my town of St. Stephen's. We have a clinic. You don't need no money. You don't need no insurance. You just have to show up. And I'm gonna record it again. I'm gonna record that clinic. I just wanted to show it can be done, and literally because it's something that the town mandated, because a lot of farmers and people like the clinic is literally centralized around 3 other towns, so you could literally get there from 3 different areas. And now the thing about it is, we know that a lot of farmers and low income people don't have insurance, or they have Medicaid B or Blue Cross Blue Shield or whatever they have. But however, a lot of them are afraid to go in because they're afraid that it's going to affect them, or they're like, oh, I don't want to lose this. So the clinic is like, we just want y'all to come in. We want y'all to be safe. We want y'all to get treated. You get what I'm saying? And so that has been very well set up. The clinic also sets it up if they do find that you need dialysis or something like that. The clinic covers that. They have been covering that, and they've been doing a good job.
Okay, no, I mean, I dig that, but like, let's talk about a circumstance like this little girl, or like you know, like many of these people that are caught up in a coma for many years, and you know, the cost of that. A non-for-profit organization, or an organization that's already giving out a lot of its services in order to keep its community, you know, healthy, it's still being driven by financial donations and you know, gifting. And so, I mean, in a situation where somebody's going to have to be this basically lifetime care, you know, there's a high cost to that, man.
Yeah.
You know, the hourly cost of an individual, without devaluing that individual's worth, you know, is a lot of money. And then not to mention all of the medical machinery and all the medical you know, medications and shit. I mean, that's a lot of money. You know, and we can argue the lot of money aspect of it as well, with the way they charge for shit. But you know, if just, you know, even
but
still,
at the same time, yeah, but at the same time, the money's there. You know what I mean? Like for-profit hospitals make money. You know what I mean? And if they're not making money, they're subsidized by the government. So I mean, you know, pick your poison. You know what I mean?
But likewise, the question still is on specific things like this long-term care, and you know, do we choose what types of long-term care are going to be covered or able to be taken care of, or do we have to set limitations? Because there are no.
But see, here's the thing, though. There are no limitations, though, because no one's going to get denied. They're not going to let you die. You know, in the situation of this child, they made a hard decision on somebody that they didn't see being on this. That they didn't figure had a chance to be on this earth 5 or 10 years from now. That's different. But when you look at like anybody else, long-term care, yeah, the money is there, man. I mean, poison what you want in a fucking brand new bomb that will never fucking be used because nobody's ever going to go to war. We're never going to go to war with anybody else again.
Well, I mean, the thing is, as long as you have a monetized system of health, I don't know how you're going to really square it out without making these. You have to set limitations. You have to you have to be aware of the budgetary limitations of something, and if you're going to try to transcend that, then it has to be of the heart and the giving and all that. But even at some point, there's a cost to all this. At some point.
Okay, well, here's my thing. Here's my thing. I don't know anybody, just in general, I don't know anybody that's never went to the hospital that had to go to the hospital. I mean, they didn't have to go. And that's what people keep assuming, that, like, with general health care or socialized health care or government-sanctioned health care, that all of a sudden everybody's just going to go because I get a backache, so I'm going to go and get this surgery. Most people don't go to the fucking hospital. That's the problem. People wait till it's too fucking late to go to the hospital, and then they have all these fucking problems.
Yeah, but what is the underlying reason? Because they can't afford it. So then, at some point, you're transferring. Look, at some point, money's going to have to be dealt out in order to receive and to get and to make the things that are necessary to keep a person alive. All right. So it does come down to this financial thing, because that's the system that we've been able to construe to motivate people to develop and create and sell their goods so that they can make their wealth and better their situation. And I don't think it's uncommon to. Hey, hold on.
Yeah, I completely understand it. Like I said, I think in general, I think it's being over. Healthcare in America is being overemphasized. I think in general, because, like I said, I don't see a situation where people are just falling out all over the fucking street and just dying because they can't get to a hospital that will take care of them if something happens to them. I don't see that. You know what I mean? And then also, like I said, people in general are getting a lot healthier nowadays. You got a hell of a lot less people smoking. Yeah, well, in the West Coast, you have a lot less obesity. You know what I mean? So just in general, I mean, things are looking up, if you ask me. For those that are conscious about it. But if somebody wants to sit there and fucking smoke cigarettes all day, or even smoke marijuana all fucking day, which to me is actually worse than cigarettes, because the shit is so potent in the way motherfuckers smoke it. You know what I mean? And just eat ice cream all day and do all that shit. Yeah, that's on you, bro. I can't help you on that. But in general, I think Americans are getting way more healthier, bro. I mean, who takes pride in going to a fucking hospital? You know what I mean? Like, think about that, bro. I don't see it. Well, yeah, but see, book for Moses. You know what? $800. You should have took your ass to motherfucking Uber. And then it's like $800, but yeah, the $800, they're going to send you a bill. They'll let you make payments on that shit. I mean, obviously, if you went to the hospital and you couldn't drive yourself, or you couldn't take an Uber or nothing, it was that serious of a situation. But I don't know, man. I can't call it. But for me, I don't see a problem with the healthcare situation at all, man.
Hey, I'm
because, like I said, I'm about to end the show. Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, nice talking to you guys, man. I gotta get back to work anyway.
All right, we going, y'all. I'm gone.
Take care.
Thank you everybody for coming on here. Hey, thank you, Conspiracy Box. Thank you likewise. Much love to y'all, man. Y'all niggas rock. So I'm about to end this right here. I'm about to do this. Thank you everybody for coming on here right here. And hold on, give me a second, y'all. Just give me a second. Let me end this video real quick. And I'm gonna end this real quick. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. You dig? There you go. Anybody hear this? All right, I'm gone. I see y'all. Gone, y'all. Much love, y'all. See y'all. See y'all.
Like a river, my waterfalls break down and let it. You go get soaked, so bring a raincoat. When we finish, you gon' see a rainbow. Come swim the waters like a sailboat.
Pay attention, everybody. Pay attention. Pay attention.
You gon' have to change my name to H2O. You love it when I call your name. Daddy, daddy. You love make it right. Daddy, daddy's arms will come.
This is a joke, y'all. Look at this. That's his love song here with Biden. Look at it. Hey, baby, I'm done. Yeah.
Make up from the midnight to the early morning. Waking you up like some Folgers in your car. Get morning proof, that's what I do. Baby, can you swim it? Diving in the ocean while you in the streets. What stroke do you got for me? No, I'm trying to drown you. You love it when I call your name. Daddy, daddy.
Hey, baby, come here for a second. Hey, baby, come here.
Ooh, she get quitter. We drip the night away. Boy, it ain't no rush. Take your time with me. Boy, I love when you keep it right there. No, don't ever stop. I'm gonna ride, baby, it's you and I. Through the good and bad, I'ma feel you ride or die. And when the storm comes and the rain falls, we'll be making up. We'll be making up.
I'm gonna play one more song. I'm here, y'all. Give me a song to play. I'll just play something. I'll just do this. They happen to be in here. That's us right here. We go. Cut the shit up, right? Let's do that.
Sweetheart, I've been trying so hard to get over you. Just simply can't. It's the love we shared through the years. Meant so much to me.
That's it.
I'm looking for just
you see this dumb motherfucker right here? We're done.
So I have all my life. Why don't you give me that commitment? Let's settle down. Let's chill. Don't be afraid, man. I'm never scared. I promise anything will be alright. Of course, I told you. Oh, baby. Let's chill, baby. From the first time I saw your face, girl, I knew I had to have you. I wanted to wrap you in my warm embrace. Visions of your lovely face. All my love is for you. Whatever you want, I will do. You're the only
You can still say hi. You can. Come on, everybody. Come on.
That's what I want. Just me and you.
He does. Peace, everybody.
I'm so happy to have you here, standing by my side.
Good shit, my nigga. We gone. We sign off, y'all. John and my sand nigga. My sand nigga. I got me some beer on.
I told him I'm gonna do my own show later, and he'll be passed out. I'm gonna hit the live button.
Hey, y'all wanna see her? She gonna do her own show. I'm gonna go sleep. Better be with me. That kick with her. Right. Chillaxing, y'all. Come on, y'all. What y'all know about this shit? Grown folk music, nigga. What they know about this, bro? What the niggas know about this, Joe? They know. I'm on my time to my shit. I heard he was all jamming and shit. We've been doing this shit. Nigga, don't add that shit something new, nigga. Fuck you. Nigga. Nigga wanna act like that's something new they doing that shit. We just DJing too. Nigga, we've been DJing for how long? While we together, we've been DJing, my nigga. And if we in dark, I ain't got the lights on. Look at this.
Come on, not Lord. Yeah, no kidding. I hate that.
All right.
I don't like that they
What? So like what?
I don't like dissension with the
Me neither.
man.
I got them love for both, but it's funny. I let them have it.
I think they can get along.
They are. They got love for each other. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all got my Becky right here. How y'all triggered by this? I got a Becky. I got a Becky, motherfucker. Right here. Cut the video off. Y'all can do that. We can show tonight. After hours, motherfucker. You dig?
I'm sleepy. I haven't had much sleep at all.
I'm a petty teddy bear. That's how we do it, man.
Hi, Christy.
Mayberry in the house. Yo, Becky looked like a cat woman. I didn't know it. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's because my eyes are be squinting. Can't help it.
We right here, y'all. Yeah, shit, you dig? Oh, yeah. We chilling, y'all. This video is ending, so go ahead.
I don't mind.
I'm checking my text. Shit. I don't got a text from you because we got to do it in Senate. Where's Petty? Petty is over there. Petty is ready, right?
Yeah, no, he was up. He just was up in the kitchen before so he's looking for food.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, I know it was his old ass. We rode, listen to this, John. We rode in the car. I let my son drive. And the whole way, we had to listen to all the new rap.
And I try to respect the young people. Like I tell Ashley, I said, y'all shit is whack. I call all these young guys out.
There was a couple.
Yes, but it ain't like the old school shit. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil.
I'll look, Christy.
You see the look. Christy, you know how to be drunk.
It feels so right. I know the things to do to make it feel
right here. Here it is, right here.
Giving you all of me and keeping you satisfied.
Oh, sorry, I had to go.
I wanna let you go.
Oh, they got a ring.
And make your love come down. That's what I wanna do.
It's $300.
I got a question for you.
You know what though? Did you put that out of? Did you put that? Turn it down.
Hold on, let's put the mic over there. All right, we're good. What's up?
Christy, is this leaving from Mitchell Airport? Because you know Chicago would probably be cheaper. They're usually always O'Hare. If we left out of O'Hare, we probably could get a better price.
So O'Hare is like an hour and 20 minutes.
Go back to StreamYard. I would look, but I don't really know how to do this.
Hey, we're gonna talk on the phone about this. Okay, we're gonna do this.
Okay. Okay, y'all. Okay. Thank you.
And thank you, President Mayberry in the house. I love Mayberry. It's my half sister, Kristen. Thank you, Trusted Bob, for giving up the half of the name. Yes, I did. You ain't tough people. I'm done with it. I told her. I was gonna do it anyway. Hey, Chrissy B, have you heard the latest that my mother dated Justin Jackson before? That's the latest. That's the latest lie that my mother has dated Jesse Jackson. Next. Yeah, we just call you Krista B. All right, before I end this, all right, I'm gone. Who arguing? No, I got lost of both. I'm not gonna let that shit happen. You dig? I'm not gonna let that shit happen. So guess what? Love don't lose. Hold on, watch it. I'm gonna play this song before I go. I'm just doing some real gangster shit. I'm gone, y'all. See y'all later. I'm gone, y'all.
Just stop it.
How we going, y'all?
I'm a lady who be keeping it real. You don't care, take time out. See how I feel when I be riding in the SUV. I'm thinking of you. When I be loading up a thousand, boy, I'm thinking of you. You got me going like.
Oh, you see this RBR? That's you petty right here.
Get out. Just be a man about it. You don't have to lie to me. Player, leave my house. You be gone on the way to me. Player, get your car keys. Get all you go to. Man, that's my credit card. Told them that's my bank book. Why you watching cheat on me? I'm getting my own creeping on. Hey, girl, why you out there? Why, son? I was gone. Full down a home here. Pay my own life bill. I don't need to shadow you. Damn, from my best deal. Baby, I'm back. If you ain't heard my real name, it's the Timothy. This is something who approach me like. If you wanna play, get in the shower, stroke yourself. I ain't the one to be messed with. Piss it to my chest. Get in it, get out. Remember how that used to be. I was just so pleased when you come and bring your love to me. But that's the past now. No more freaky tail nights. No more sexiness, torturous. No more late nights. You don't tell me. You're not anymore. Just something I see. You're not I ain't trying to get caught up in your game personally. I think that you are lame. What you doing there now and then when you want it? I ain't giving you a bit. You just another trick on my list of busters. Diamond buster, ring phone. Game used to be soul, not soul. With the frozen heart. What you told I told the water. My first ex-partner about it every from the block. With the 7-carat rock. Give it to me, don't stop. I keep calling but you hypnotized. I should get my pop. But now I'm single, maybe back tight. I ain't trying to date a gigolo. Me it ain't right. He ain't wanna cut now. He ain't wanna cut later. He ain't call you then. He ain't call you later. That's how it goes. I'm out the door on the back. Hit me on my two-way when you ready. That's that on that. You don't tell me. You're not here anymore. Just love it and see. Love don't live here anymore.
Yeah. You know what? They're gonna keep flagging me. I'm playing music tonight. Chilling. I'm in this shit tonight. Right here. All right. I'm officially done. I went back to old school. And I said, go ahead and bring this and show me, okay? They can flag the video. I don't get too flags, but I got 4 other channels. Go ahead. This time I'm officially done, y'all.
I never want to live a life. How it's gone too far. And you don't have to tell me why. Why you go? And while the game is through, if this is what's real, if this is what's true, tell me all the way. Baby, things will never be the same again.
All right, we gone. I'll see y'all later. Peace, everybody. Man!